members of the congregation. You are now here on a Wednesday with Easy, the tech preacher. Truth to be told.
It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? It's Wednesday, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's easy, yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher. All the real wired ones, where you at? 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 All the real wired ones, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Yes, indeed. Welcome to another episode of Wired Wednesday, the day of the week that we going. No BS tonight, y'all. We're going to talk about it. It's the end of the year. Yeah. Man, you know what? I get hyped. I don't know something about this song. This song here just kind of gets the day started, right? I got my crown roll on deck. I got the, you know, I mean, New Orleans Saints had a week off, right? So
we needed that.
Party on that. They needed it. All right. We're gonna have some fun, y'all. See that little groove right there, bro? Man, that little groove right there, it gets it in right there, bro. Yeah. See, it kind of calm down a little bit, then it kind of get it hype up a little bit, and then it get loud, and then it get loud. What? All right. All right, y'all. Yes, indeed. Welcome to another episode of Wired Wednesday, man. We're having some fun tonight, man. Look, we're going to talk about some stuff, and I want to pose the question. And the question that I want to pose is, you know, going into 2023, we started hearing the rumors about certain devices like Galaxy, iPhone, and you know, Xiaomi and these other phones that's coming out. It's tech all wants, like next month, right? Next month, everything in 2022, some people say is old, right? So when we get into 2023, are we excited for the new hotness, the new technology, the 8 Gen 2 and you know the Dimensity 900 and you know all this stuff that's I just don't feel it, man. Like
we should be. We should be.
I'm feeling.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I know people have this thing, right? That if you talk about the Galaxy S21 Ultra today, if you talk about the Galaxy S21 Ultra, tech enthusiasts like, oh man, that shit is old, man. Why are you talking about the new hotness is the S22 Ultra?
Right.
Less than 2 weeks from now, we going into the new year. That means that the Galaxy S22 Ultra will become old news, right? So will the tech enthusiasts be like, oh man, nobody worried about the S22 Ultra, man. Everybody worried about the S23. And we go through this cycle every year, right? That once you cross over December going into January of the new year, everything from that previous year all of a sudden become none and void. I don't know if I agree with that. Because
I don't agree with it.
I don't. I mean, I could get a Pixel 5 or a Pixel 6, and I could be perfectly fine if I wasn't if I wasn't doing YouTube, right? Or I could get a Galaxy.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For the normal people, yeah, that's fine. But like everybody in this chat and the tech community, they're gonna want to.
That's why I was like, when he said Pixel 5, I was like,
Well, I mean, you know, I don't have the Pixel 5.
I get what you're saying.
A lot of people.
I didn't have it either.
Yeah, it was a great device, but it was a mid-range chip with the Pixel software. That's what it was.
So
I know T-Mobile.
So let me ask you a question,
games.
right? Let me ask you a question. We were talking about mid-range chips and stuff like that. Okay, what can't you do on a mid-range chip nowadays, right? Because these mid-range chips are powerful. I mean, I would take a mid-range chip now before I take a flagship chip 3 years ago, right?
It depends on the mid range for me. But yeah, but I know where you're going.
I get what you're saying.
Just say a Galaxy Note 8, a Galaxy Note 9, right? The mid-range chips that was in like the Pixel 5a or those type of devices.
But wasn't the 9 didn't have a Snapdragon 845?
Yeah, the 9 had the 845, 835, 845. Now the 855, I don't know. The 855 is still really powerful. I really do like the 855. Yeah. But 845, 835. Would you take a 778 5G or the 845? See what I'm saying?
Probably just because I get good 5G, probably would take the 778.
Right. So I would think that when we talk about mid-range versus flagships, I think the mid-rangers, I'm gonna tell you, Google have proved that. I'm gonna tell you how Google proved it, because the Tensor chip is not powerful like a 8 Gen 1, but it still gets the job done. Like, it's still, to a tech enthusiast, a flagship processor, or maybe it's a mid-range processor, but it's just so good because the mid-range processor have caught up to the flagship era. Because think about it, the Tensor, when you run benchmark tests and stuff like that, the Tensor is not powerful than the 8 Gen, but it's still one of the best phones now.
Yeah, but not everything is captured on a benchmark, right? So today, well, actually, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if they've tested it, but basically Tensor beat pretty much every phone in rendering 4K 60 in LumaFusion. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So there's things that might not show up on the benchmark, right? So Tensor is really a flagship chip. It's just it was Google's chip, so people are going to immediately just write it off. So yeah, I think that's kind of a tough one. I think where I kind of sit on it is the Snapdragon 765G brought 5G to the masses and all that stuff, but I kind of question where Qualcomm was going, because like if you look at what MediaTek is doing, their 8100 and their 8200 series chip is a legit chip. Like, it's a mid-range that gives you flagship gaming performance, so it's like a kind of a different stratosphere when you look at the Snapdragon. So hopefully what comes out this year is that Snapdragon 7th Gen 1, and it proves to be a worthy competitor to MediaTek.
So that comes to remember, not so long ago, when you say it's a MediaTek processor in the device, everybody in the tech community,
oh yeah, they would go crazy.
It was like, I'm talking about a long time ago, right?
Yeah,
trash.
No, they would go. Yeah, I'm with you.
They would say it's
like
trash.
Yeah.
But now look how the tables turned, right? When MediaTek said, you know what, we're gonna change the game. We're gonna do something different. They came out with more powerful processors. They came out with good mid-range processors and stuff like that. Now when you hear the word MediaTek, now people are like, hey, I wouldn't mind having that chip in my device.
Yeah, correct.
And I think when we talk about mid-range device, and the reason why I talk about how mid-range devices is still there, like I could pull out, when we talk about the newer mid-range devices, right? Even with the ones with the 765G and 778 5G and all those devices like that. Even when you pull out, look, if you pull out a Galaxy S21 Ultra versus a mid-range, you may have that mid-range might open up apps and render apps faster than the Galaxy, because the Galaxy is running so much shit in the background that it hinders the performance. It slows it down.
Well, not just that. A lot of times, like if you compare like the S21 Ultra, what they're trying to do, we got to remember, they're competing with Apple, right? So they want to put a fast chip in there, but they also want it to be as beautiful as possible, and to them that means thin, right?
Yes, and that hurts.
So they don't have the proper cooling, so other chips or other phone manufacturers that actually run circles around the S21 Ultra. When you take it away from just opening apps, you actually start to benchmark it and start to do real stuff with the phone. It kind of pulls ahead, right? But I don't think most people are going to really go to that level.
But Barry, okay, so the point you just made, here we got in the next 4 to 8 weeks, the S23 coming out.
Yeah.
Right? In the S23 is getting this special Qualcomm overclock chip.
Correct.
What they're going to have 2200 nits of brightness. It's going to be overclocked. It's going to be thin. It's going to be small. I mean, so Samsung is everybody excited about this new Samsung.
Well, let's hope that Samsung does right. What I can tell you is today,
Sound like a hot box.
Vivo and IQ, or I should say Vivo and their sub-brand IQ, but basically the same thing. So all of the stuff that they've released to date with the MediaTek, and I'm talking about like just in the last couple of weeks, with the MediaTek and the Snapdragon have been ridiculous performance.
Right.
So right now, the best performing Snapdragon 8th Gen 1 is the Vivo IQ series and the Vivo X90 Pro Plus, and the best MediaTek 9200 is the Vivo. So I'm hoping that Samsung is like, hey, you know what? Got a little bit of pressure, and we'll correct some of our mistakes as well.
But do we need, okay, so it goes back to, and I see people in the chat saying, 865 and 888 processors. Are we at the point where it's too much power is too much for a smartphone? I mean, think about it. I can have a Galaxy S8 that runs DeX fine. And that thing got 6 gigs of RAM in it with an 835. No issues. It renders. I can do a lot with DeX on the Galaxy S8. Now we at the 8 Gen 2, right? And now we running into overheating issues. We running into a lot of issues in that aspect. And now Samsung want to overclock chip. They're gonna, I don't, with the same body style as the Galaxy S23.
Yeah, so like hopefully the efficiency is there, right?
Like hopefully
from year to year, because like I said, right now the Vivo is like killing it. Like it's and they basically have a similar body that they had last year. So I'm hoping, but to answer your question, I think right now manufacturers are going to keep playing the speed game, right? Because they want to give you something on paper that you can go, oh, well, this is not me buying the same phone every year.
Yeah. Well,
but I think the big push is going to be the cameras. That's where the big push is going to be. They still have a lot to fix in that area, So even though each year we're going, oh man, these cameras have gotten better, they can do more every year.
Yeah. Okay. So again, I want to say, hey, what's up to Sean? I see you in the building. What's up,
Sean P?
What's up, dog? How y'all?
We was dated to a bit of a conversation,
No. I'm not gonna end it, bro. You know what I mean? You talking that good, can I curse? You talking that good shit.
You can curse him, man. We curse every week. I mean,
I gotta remember, man.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I forget.
When I think what Apple did, right, with the iPhone 14 Plus, with last year's chipset in, I think that's going to be the trend for Apple, because even though the tech enthusiasts criticized it, I mean, you think about the average consumer don't watch none of us, man. I mean, let's be real, right? When I read my comments, and I do see some average people ask questions in the comments, but 90% of my audience is probably tech enthusiasts. So, obviously, when you say iPhone 14 with the iPhone 13 chipset, A6, A15 chipset in it, tech enthusiasts blow up and call it all kinds of names. But the average consumer the only thing they see is iPhone 14 Plus, and it's big, and it's on sale. When you walk into a store,
and it's big.
Right, it's big.
Oh.
It's they have to buy one, get one free if you open up an account and all that. You know what I'm saying? Or trade in your 13 to get a 14, and you're gonna pay $5 a month for 65 months.
More than that, brother. It's more than that, brother. I can promise you. Unless you got a trade in, brother. Wow.
Yeah.
So you can't get a Pro Max right now. You can get a Pro. Get a Pro all day long.
So I mean, you think if Apple becomes successful, because nobody don't know the numbers. Apple don't disclose their sales numbers, right? But do you think because here's the thing, Samsung always follow Apple. I mean, anything Apple does, Samsung follow, and that's the scary part. So would they come out with this, say, the A lineup, or maybe with the S24, maybe the S23? You never know, with the 8 Gen 1 in it, right? And change the body style, and maybe up the megapixels on the camera, and if they keynote address, they dress it up with with balloons and fucking cake, right? And say, hey, we got the they don't, matter of fact, they go tell you the capable, powerful 8 Gen 1 processor with 8 gigs of RAM and the S23 and the S23 Plus. We've upped the battery life to now more than ever. You get all day battery life on this device. And not only that, but we up the camera so you can get steady shot and all this here, but they gonna still put the same chipset in. They go dress it up and they go put a little icing around the cake. I mean, I can see Samsung doing that. Because
like I said, I think they're relying on the improvements of the 8 Plus Gen 2. And I think what they're also relying on is they have a new main sensor.
Yeah.
So, so I think because that basically Motorola started getting respect when they went to that sensor. So they're like, hey, well, we're going to do it as well. So hopefully we can come out with better photos than we had last year.
But so, I've over the last week, my daughter weekend, my wife weekend, their birthdays and stuff, right? I ask people. I've been asking a bunch of people, iPhone users, right? I said, what about this iPhone that you like? I mean, because I can ask my wife, I can ask my daughter. They would never leave.
Man, they can't answer you.
No, they did answer me. You know what they told me? Because it's an iPhone.
Yeah, that's why I said they can't answer you. You're gonna get that same answer.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it takes great photos.
It does.
And that's it. That's it. That's the two. That it's nothing else. The body style. Nothing else about. No, it's because it's an iPhone. That's plain.
Man, you can't get them to get you that answer. Look, I used one today, right? Again, I like to swap out and try, right? So I'm using my wife's old 13 Pro Max. And as I'm using it easy, it's just like, okay, look, social media apps are much better on the iPhone than it is. When it comes to the email, simplicity, I got my work email pushed to it. I have my other 3 accounts pushed to it. I can keep my inbox clean. It works. But it's not for people like us that want a little bit more, who want to be able to tweak, who want to be able to change the way it looks. Yes. You know how much stuff we can do on an Android phone, and all the launches and all the other shit that we can do. But they don't want to do that. People just like simplicity, and I'm starting to come around to that, understanding that thought process. I'm never going to be that guy, but hey, man. If to each his own, do I still have a disdain for some of their users? Absolutely. Because they want to say that, Android is shit. Android is not shit. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is look, you give it to kids, you give it to teenagers, you give it to people who are not that technically savvy. My 76-year-old mother has a freaking iPhone, man. Yeah. And she can use it. That's scary. You know what I mean? If you hand an Android phone, it's not going to work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what? To what you did saying, the same thing I did. My mom, my pops, they both got iPhones.
It's great.
My mom got an iPad and absolutely love it.
Loves it.
The Bible. She outside playing the little games or whatever.
Yes.
And she absolutely love it. The battery life.
My mama got an iWatch, sir.
Yeah.
You think she do it like she Dick Tracy, son? You're on the phone talking. I'm like, get off that thing and get on the phone, man. Don't do that.
So have we came to the conclusion that iPhones is what it's going to be, and Android phones are for the more tech savvy, the people that like to tinker around.
I think what it all comes down
more.
to is really not really the iPhone per se. It's iMessage and
Oh my
FaceTime.
God, yes.
There's a reason why they did not let Android have it back in
Yeah,
2013.
they're not letting you have that for real.
They're not having, because they know they got that lock in. So
Yeah.
people
Yes, sir.
are here excited about the blue bubble, but they are starting to impact other areas. I mentioned on Kimmy's stream last night. I'm in a group with a YouTuber Telegram group from overseas, and I don't say much in the group. I just listen to people all day. I don't say much. And someone added me and was like, Barry, why are you messing with these other phones? And this is what the guy primarily reviews, the stuff that I use. Why are you messing with these other phones? You can just get an iPhone and you can just get a Samsung and get rid of it. Just have the best. And I'm like, wait a second here. First of all,
Sir.
whether you guys talk about tight integration, all that stuff, I see all the negative parts of iPhone. I've used the iPhone for years. I'm not cool with the poor notifications. I'm not cool with a lot of the stuff that they do. And they're like, well, you just jailbreak. And I said, I've jailbreaking, bro. I'm not jailbreaking a phone to get it to where I can get my Androids in 2 seconds.
Right.
So
Barry
I'm gonna
said,
chill
"Look
with
at here."
mine. Yeah, I'm a chill with mine. I'm not telling you to switch. You have fun with your iPhone. Now, can I take a great photo with an iPhone? Absolutely. Can I take great video with an iPhone? Absolutely. Can I use the iPhone for more than a week without it not being shut off? Absolutely not. I'm not going to use the phone. I've used it for years. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I can pick up any Android and I'm good.
But Barry, why do people say this? And this is something that comes across on a lot of tech videos, even the bigger content creators, but now it's trickling down to the smaller content creators. Why do people believe, and I don't agree with this, by the way, that iPhone video is the best, period.
It's king, right?
Well, it's so
supreme.
iPhone video was really good, especially outdoors, right? They started to run into issues with indoors, like when HDR came out and then they got the yellow tint and all that stuff. So it was extremely clean. There was issues with some of the
color science.
Yeah, it was color science, and then there were issues with the stuff that was being pushed, right? So it wasn't Huawei wasn't being pushed over here. A lot of people weren't. So all they saw was an iPhone and a $200, Samsung or something.
Motorola.
I mean,
Yeah, or Motorola, right?
I found this is what I found, right? And one of the reasons why I don't like iPhone video, and I've been talking about for years, is that the color science is totally off, and they haven't fixed that yet.
Now outdoors they have. If you get a 14 outdoors, they fix it. It's just when they go indoors that they have the issue.
But that's the 14. What about the 13, the 12, the 11?
13
the 10?
wasn't 13 wasn't too bad outdoors. It was
So-
really
so-
indoors where it had a lot of
What,
issues.
15 years it took them to fix it.
Yeah. But
So-
the thing about it, that's what you just hit on is the conversation that doesn't happen in the phone community, right?
Right.
If I look at any mirrorless camera, I can point out its weaknesses,
Yeah.
what situation is good for, and people will accept that, right? Oh, this is good at photos. This one is good at video. Oh, this one is good at, and that's kind of where we're at. That a lot of these phones excel in certain areas and a lot of them excel in different areas, right? But we want to make it, oh no, best one for video is iPhone. Best one for still pictures is Pixel, instead of saying, wait a second, there's other options out here.
But you know what they did though? This is what I've seen in the tech community. And shame on them for not knowing this. When we talk about Sony devices, they cater to the filming industry. So
Right.
when you're using a Sony device, it's a different look. It's a film look. It's a totally different look. And
Oh, my
I've
God.
seen videos where larger content creators completely slammed Sony devices for having poor dynamic range and not having that good sharpness and stuff like that. don't you understand? Sony devices is a filming device. If you look at a movie, you don't see sharpness in movies and stuff like that. You see the film look, the high contrast in certain areas, and the film look. This is why Sony devices have these pre-installed LUTs that gives you different color science to film with. So when you filming with a Sony device, it's going for a different look. It's going to give you that motion picture look, that filming look, something that somebody would use to film a movie. That's the look that they're trying to give you. The look from a Sony device it will not look like a Galaxy device. It will not look like a iPhone. The thought process of the Sony Alpha team totally tweaked that device for filmmaking, right? Not for the average consumer just to pop the device open and put it on video and do all that. No, this is for filming. And I think the Sony devices really get a bad rap because they don't tweak their devices towards the average consumer. Listen, first of all, nobody ain't spending $1,700 on a Sony phone. That's catered towards a film, a person that need to film with a smartphone, right?
Now, one thing people can do, like if they are interested in the Sony, they could go with if they have smaller. Well, let me rephrase that. If they don't have hands that are humongous like me, they can go with the 5 Mark series. It's usually on sale for $800, BH photo plus sometimes they'll throw in like a pair of headphones. So they could do that and they can get that Sony experience. Still will have the good main sensor. The other sensors won't be as strong as the one Mark series, but you're still going to get all the Sony algorithms, pro mode, all that stuff, right?
So what Xiaomi did with the 12S Ultra, right?
Yeah.
They have log integrated in their primary camera.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. That brings in a totally different element because here we got Sony that's catered to the filmmaker. So they have log and lux and stuff like that on their camera system because they cater to the film industry. Now we got Xiaomi when I film with that log and do color grading with it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It brought in a totally different element because it's not like a Galaxy. It's not like a iPhone. I always say
there's things that you can do with it that you just simply cannot do with
but it's catered to 2 different kinds of folk. And you know what's funny, and it's a shame. Tech enthusiasts don't know this. Why? If you're gonna be a tech enthusiast, you got to know the difference between shit and sugar. And when you're looking at an iPhone and Galaxy, and you're looking at a Sony, they cater it to 2 different people. You talk about shit and sugar. Right.
And I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone, but so Vivo has heard Xiaomi and they have come back and said, guess what? Best camera is ours already again. So they've taken that sensor and they're like, hey, we got the algorithm. Step your algorithm games up, Xiaomi. So I know a lot of people were impressed. That was nice that you superseded us, but we're back. So that's what's the beautiful thing about the March forward each year is there are some companies out here that are dead serious about improving year over year, release over release, and I think we're starting to see that,
I mean, look, as a filmmaker, we all filmmakers because we do YouTube. As a filmmaker, one of the biggest reasons why I always knock iPhone cameras is because they don't have Pro Mode.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. And the thing that's
don't have Pro.
So that's the thing. There's things that you can
got focus breathing, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna film
this?
With that
so this is like I said, and so you guys know I have 3 different companies mirrorless cameras in here, right? I have to use manual focus on my Sony a6400 on the top down because it will breathe like crazy. And they've got a couple, they got a6400. There's one of them, I won't say which one it is, just because if you're not seeing it, don't look for it. But one of their FX line does the same thing, which just bounces up and down, right?
Yeah.
And they put, luckily, in the A7 IV focus breathing, but these are things that each camera system has, right? They have that one weakness that you have to work around, right?
Yeah.
But we, like, as phone reviewers, we like to say, oh, we'll just buy an iPhone because it's got the best video. It's like, not necessarily. It might have the best video in your situation,
right,
but this might be what you need to pick for that situation.
And look, I know her heroic vision is in the building, and he uses, smartphones to film with. And I know he uses, MC Pro 24 FPS, which you can have full control over lux, log, manual focus, and all that stuff like that. Listen, man, you won't get that type of look with the internal cameras on iPhones or even Samsung phones, right? You have to go third party, but when you have devices like Sony, you don't have to go third party. It's all integrated in the device. Same thing with the Xiaomi 12S Ultra with log support. And listen, man, when you open up the camera app and you see log that's integrated on the smartphone, the first thing come to your mind is Sony, right? This is Sony.
Well, also let's not forget, you have log support in the movie mode and OnePlus as well. So just so everybody knows,
that's right.
You can grade the heck out of OnePlus, man.
Absolutely. And I think, but you know what? And I know,
but no one talks about it. Like I did it in my last video, and I remember there's one person, because they weren't expecting it. Their comment was, "Hey, why did you show like it looked like it went from, the standard color to flat to like, this other color that looked more natural." That was me showing you what I said in the video. This is what the standard capture is. This is me in log. Now this is it color graded.
So so something say, hey, you got to use, man, your camera app easy. Apple is simplistic, and they are. And I think I think for a lot of new content creators, right? They use smartphones to film. But once you get to that advanced part, once you level up, right? Once you get into getting out the smartphones and maybe going into professional DSLR mirrorless cameras, then you start getting into manual focus, get into lens selection, then you get into other things, and then you see different looks when you film in a video. Think about this, right? I go back and I look at my first 1,000, I ain't gonna say 1,000, maybe the first 500 videos that I shot with a smartphone, and I look at my latest videos. It's the quality is like night and day. And listen, I understand I shot with older devices, but still, even with that, when you're looking at the mirrorless cameras, the DSLRs, the going with the quality lenses and stuff like that, the quality is like night and day. You cannot get that same quality from a smartphone. Smartphones trying to get to that point with log support, and they're coming close. Look, shooting with the 12S Ultra, the quality was fucking so close, but you just feel that it's close, but we are getting there. And you will have companies, because see, Samsung and Apple, they going for the consumers. They're not going for the pros. But Sony is, OnePlus probably is, Xiaomi is, Vivo is, right? They are going for the professionals that's why they added log support in the camera apps and stuff like that. Samsung not going in that. They're not doing. They don't believe in that. People going to go. Listen, the Galaxy phone does have pro mode, and it's fantastic. But they don't give you no options. They don't, log support, no color grading support, no lux support, none of that. You could just, manual focus, ISO and stuff like that. But once you get into the Sony phone, when I pull out my Sony device and I shoot videos, my mind.
I'm surprised you don't shoot with that a lot more.
You know what? I'm just so in between. I'd be just going through so many different devices, but I definitely love that Sony, because I got the Sony Mark II.
Oh wow, you got an old ass Mark
yeah, but
II.
it's fucking fantastic though, bro. I mean, it has all the updates, and it got the camera system is great. And I got the Sony One Mark II.
So what are they up to now? The 5 or 6?
The 4. The 4 is
it's only up to the 4. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and but the 2 is still fantastic. The 3 not we know that the 4 came out with some heating issues and stuff like that. But I mean, hopefully the 5 they will rectify that with the 8 Gen 2 supposed to be more power efficient, supposed to be good on heat, stuff like that. But listen, it goes to Sony too. Sony phones are too thin. I mean, look, filmmakers, we don't mind a thicker device. We don't mind, you giving us a good thermal system. And I think Sony was going in a different direction. You put so much power in the device, shooting high-end log and lux and 4K 120, a 4K display in a fucking body that size of a thumbtack. You can't do it. You can't do it. And for the life of me, who acted for thin phones? Who asked for thin phones? I don't know. I don't. Who's? Because Apple's iPhones
did it
are not
first?
thin.
Who did it first? Who was one of the first?
iPhones are not thin. They're pretty thick.
First thin.
They're thick again because remember they had a 4S, then they started getting thin.
Remember, Unbox snapped that motherfucker in half.
Yeah, remember about the 6 series? They were like, let's go thin.
Snap that bitch in half.
Michael Corcoran wants to know what your 3 phones are now. What are your 3 daily drivers?
Wait, let me see. But I can't. Let me go back up.
Hey, you know what? Michael Corcoran.
Michael Corcoran.
You need a Hefe, for this moment. You know what I mean? Like I got a whole ass,
So my 3 phones right now.
Shadow tab.
And I changed up a little bit because now I got a SIM card in the pocket, right? So I got a SIM card in the pocket, and I've been using the pocket for about a week or so. So I still got the Pixel 7 Pro is still my main, right? And I got the full business type of device, right? But my fuck around device when I'm not using nothing else is I've been using the pocket. And listen, I've the wide keyboard on this thing. I absolutely fucking it is that BlackBerry feel. Oh my god, y'all just don't know.
How much in that crown bottle have you tapped down into?
I'm telling you, bro.
You stupid.
I'm telling you, it
just that nigga drunk.
I've typed fast with it. It's been listen, man. Let me tell you something. I have all 3 of the devices, right? So I have all 3 of them.
Okay.
All right, and the Slim, it's okay, but the Slim, I'm finding myself with a little cramp when it comes down to the keys.
Oh, that looks small.
Yeah, the pocket. I mean, the Titan itself is big, right? But the pocket is like perfect size, even though this display is not that big. But the keyboard is just absolutely marvelous on it. I mean, it's a great keyboard on there, man.
Hey,
all right. Well, now I'm going to throw something back at you.
Yes, sir.
That you tried to throw at us over the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Where's the update at on that POS?
I mean,
because I know what they're running. Because
listen,
I'm waiting for you to tell me.
Well, I've hit up Unihertz. Matter of fact, if you look at my Twitter account, and I've been hitting them up, and I've been asking the same questions, right? Because the Pocket is running Android 12. The rest of them is.
You might want to check that because I think it's still running 11. But go ahead. I digress.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it is on. It's on 11. Right. So
yeah,
you got devices on 11. But let me ask you.
So you two operating systems behind.
So, but let me ask you a question. But let me ask you a question, right?
Go ahead. I'm here.
I think for me and for a lot of business professionals that utilize the device, security patch is probably more important than operating system because you're using the device for typing documents and emails and stuff like that. You're not playing games on the phone like this. You're not doing a lot of stuff. You might go on social media, but do you need Android 12 or 13 to go on social media? Do you need that? I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Listen, I'm not.
Hold on, I need you to get off the skates because you're rolling backwards too far.
I'm not giving Unihertz a pass. They fucked up not upgrading the devices. But for the use case scenario for the device, I think the operating system probably don't matter.
Easy, come on now.
I mean, what
got the word
but
it's forming in my mouth right
I
now.
believe that
The word's forming.
the security patches, yes. I believe the security patches is fine. I believe a lot of things on it is fine if you got up-to-date security on it. But when it comes down to functionality, do you need Android 13 on it?
You kind of.
Okay, Steve, I don't care about the 813. That's not a device that I would buy. Number two, I don't know how long you've been watching our stream. I'm on easy for a reason. Easy been on that BS.
Wait, who said it? Somebody.
And now you're talking about these Unihertz phones, which at the end of the day, I looked at them and I said, I can't wait to get on the stream to have a conversation with my friend, because he was saying that, you know, the 360 was updated and all that stuff, and that was important to him, and it was more updated than the S22 Ultra. I'm not done. And I want to know how you are caping with the Unihertz. That's all I'm asking.
Wait, listen. I would agree that a regular slab phone, like the older devices that I have, it's no excuses for companies not to upgrade them. And listen, there's no excuses for Unihertz not to upgrade these devices. But here's the problem that I got. Here's the problem. The only reason why I'm not really there with the Unihertz going to Android 12 or 13. It's because it works as is. No glitches, no issue. But if you update it to Android 13, it might be fucked up.
Okay, well, that's fine, but you're selling it in 2020. You're selling it in 2022.
But what
going in 2023. Give me 12 with an update. I'm not asking you to give me 13.
Okay, I listen, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not giving Unihertz a pass, but what I'm saying is, if your device with the keyboard, listen, I can roll a BlackBerry. Right, I can have BlackBerries on Android 10. They're not getting updated. They won't get no update, right? But I can still utilize that device. It still will work. It's, you know, if I want to go on social media, if I need to type up emails, if I need to do anything, I can roll a BlackBerry right now, and I could be comfortable with it.
Apples and oranges, and what we're talking about. That what you're saying right now, we all know this, sir. We all have old phones that are run. That's not what I'm saying. That is a brand new phone that came out rolling out with 10, 11, not even, come on.
But the Pocket is 2 years old.
Okay, what about the new one? Because I looked at them.
Right. The regular Titan is 2 years old. The Pocket is a new device. Let me
and
see.
What is it, still running 10?
Right, well, hold on.
That's called being late.
I know I made a video about it, but let me make sure.
You're not gonna, and easy, be clear. My angst is not directed at you. It's at 11. Them.
Yes, it's only 11.
Ooh, whoop-de-doo. You're still 2 behind. But here's my issue. My issue is not with you, and I'm not trying to really argue with you about it. I'm just saying that you can't throw out a phone at me in 2022 going into 2023 without 12. You can be one behind, that's fine, because I get that part. But if you're going to stand and you want me to give you $350 for that thing, you're out of your mind. I'm not doing it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I'll buy a 6A. That's what I'll buy.
But listen, but see, a 6A in the Unihertz device is 2 different devices. This got a coded keyboard on it. It's 2 different devices. But let me ask you a question. If you got the device and they upgraded to Android 12, and I mean buggy as hell, they got issue after issue.
That's their problem. That's not mine.
They got to handle that. I know what you're saying.
That's an R&D issue. That's not my.
I agree with you. And listen, I hit up Unihertz. And I asked them the same question: when are we going to get the update? They give me a generic.
Bullshit talk back to you. You know you did.
But they got generic stuff. They hit me with a generic answer, right? We working very hard to give the consumer the best, the experience. Period. They
what they're trying to do is what they're trying to hit us old cats that remember the BlackBerry and how much we love the feel, and thinking that we'll take any type of garbage that even mimics it. And I almost bought one because I really missed the BlackBerry experience. So I'm I'm with you where you are. I see through the BS, and I'm just like, yo, if you want me to buy it, come on, man. Can I get 12? I ain't asked for 13.
Listen,
can I get 12 with a November patch? And I'm good money.
Okay,
because I'm going to use it for work.
And listen, I see Jay Will in the building. I don't know if he asked, but I know somebody just asked for a link.
That was Carl.
Okay, Carl, I'm gonna send you a link. Jay Will, you want to chime in because Jay Will also hit the comments.
That's fine.
And I see a lot of people hit the comments. Jay Will, if you want the link, call. I'm about to send you a link. I'll see y'all guys a link. I want to, I want to hear y'all thoughts about it. Listen, this is why I call this no BS tonight, right? Because we go throw it all out there, right? No BS.
Look, again, we're all in this tech space. We're all friends. But what you not you to do to me, trying to get my hard-earned money hard out here, y'all, and we buying these things with our money, and what you're not going to do is roll out a piece of crap to me and tell me, oh yeah, you need, and then they're never going to update it. So what are you going to do next year? And this thing ain't even got an update. That's a problem for me.
Yeah, I'm about to drop my OnePlus 8. I factory reset it because I thought I was going to trade it in, and then when I set everything back up, Android 11, I have the Verizon version. And Verizon's like, hey, you'll get 12 and 13 when we tell you to. I'm like, man,
that part.
You get it when you're supposed to.
When you're supposed to. I'm like, nah.
I still have my 9 Pro, my OnePlus 9 Pro. That thing updated to 13. I was like,
yeah, I'm on 13 on my 10 Pro.
I'm with you on that
13,
one.
sir. Not 12.
I agree with you, bro. Like, I agree with you to 100%. I'm not saying that I didn't hit up. I hit him up. I asked the same question. What's going on with updates? I asked him the same question, bro. I did. I can't find where's Carl.
Look, man, I tried.
I already sent it to him.
You sent it to him? All right.
Made me want to buy one. You know what I mean? I watched your videos. You my guy. And I watched your videos on it. You talked about how good it was, and I'm not saying the videos were outstanding.
It's good.
When I did a little deeper dive, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
But it's good. Listen, I've been using it for a week.
It's a carrier. CPO.
I've been using it for a week, and I can tell you, for what it's supposed to be, right? You know, type of experience and stuff like that, it works fine, right? Now, granted that it doesn't have, you know, the high-end processors in it and stuff like that. It don't need that, right? I don't need all that. But I do agree, and I hit up Unihertz. And I asked the same questions. You know, what's going on with support? Right, because if you're going to take the BlackBerry spot, because that's what they're trying to do, right? They're coming up with all these devices with QWERTY keyboards on it. If they're going to take the BlackBerry spot, then they should update devices when it comes down to, you know, security patches, operating systems, and stuff like that.
They're not going to do it.
I'm just scared to death that if they update the devices.
You shouldn't have to be scared, though.
I understand
I'm not worried
that.
about. Yeah,
you shouldn't be
that's
scared.
Just for but I would no. But any other device, I would slam them to the ground.
Just slam them. And Mike said it was priced accordingly at $350, sir. I can go get a. There's nothing else in the market with a keyboard like that for $350 for $1,000. And I get that part. If you're there for the nostalgia, forget the tech piece and go ahead and block this part out. But for me, if I'm going to spend my money because I'm going to use it, I don't want it to be back here in the drawer and I'm not going to use it. I want to put it in my rotation. You know what I mean? I want to get that old feel back that we used to have when we had our BlackBerries, especially with a little newer, updated technology. I'm good with that. But if you can't update me with a patch, come on, son. Something's wrong with your R&D and something's wrong with your people who are doing, I'm doing that. Come on, stop. You can't fool me, and you're not getting my money. Get a little angry.
They said, "Oh yes, we will."
And you know what? If people like Unihertz, they got such a small fan base, right? I mean, compared to other companies like OnePlus and stuff like that. So that's what they're not making tons of money. So they're not making.
Still taking my money.
I understand that. And, you know, listen,
my money come hard, man. Pause.
I don't know if I don't think Android 12 is trash.
I don't think Android 12 is
because Android 12 is
12L is not that trash.
it's not trash because it works great on devices right now because they fixed all the issues
Also,
that Android 12.
like I said, I still maintain.
Yeah.
You guys know in February, the next version of Android goes on my phone. Android 12 was fine. Me and LaShawn both ran it for months before the Pixel 6 dropped. Yeah. It was when the Pixel 6 dropped that the issues started to happen.
Yep. So
you're right.
Yeah, I mean, look, Android 12 feel faster than Android 11 on my phone. Will S, what phone you got, Will?
Hey,
let me know down in the comments.
Hey, what's up, Gwen?
Even though Reddit, there's a group of us stuck on Android 12, I'm just about to flash the global version to get it. G-O. What phone you got?
He's talking about OnePlus. He's talking about OnePlus.
Okay.
OnePlus 8, yeah.
Knizzle say Android 12 is not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad.
It used to be trash.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Messed up my baby. What phone you talking about, Stephen?
Yeah, we don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, what phone you talking about?
He did.
6 Pro and the 6 had bad phone.
Stepdad did buy a new phone. I think he bought a 4XL, a Pixel 4XL. He said.
No, I thought he bought a Pixel.
I think it was a 4XL. I think it was a Pixel 4XL, and that's probably
that one's not going to get updated unless you root it.
You're right.
So the V6, listen, the V6 is
that makes sense. Yeah, that's I understand. I know what you're talking about, Will, but they're not doing. They just wanted to get you to the next. They're not going to do a whole.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. That's LG's. That's LG's Mamata. That's their UI. They wouldn't change it to. You wouldn't listen. You won't ever see a V60 look like a Pixel. It won't happen. It won't happen. So you'll see the V60 upgraded to Android 12. Listen, even when the V60 get Android 13, it will still have LG UI on it. It won't have nothing on there of reminiscent of what they call that something UI. What is that? Material.
Oh, you didn't buy it. Okay.
It won't have material U on it. They won't put, and listen, Samsung didn't put Material U on their phones, so they don't have Material U on their phones at all. So, these companies won't do it. Shout out to Mr. J.L. Williams.
Hey, what up, Jay? Look how clean. Look how clean this dude.
Right.
Look at it.
I'll tell you, when I grow up, I won't be just like him, man. When I grow up, I'm be like Jay. Look how sharp that is, man. What that is, man? What you running a cinema camera over there? What, man? What you got?
Please, that's that same setup.
$20,000 camera you got over there.
That's that same $900 camera I didn't have for a minute.
That's the CB1 or that's the
A6100 with the Sigma.
Oh, see, there you
go.
Turn
mine off.
Let's turn ours off, man.
Hey,
what up, Carl?
In the building. What's
Carl
up?
From Case.
Carl, what's up, man?
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all.
Hey, we miss you too.
I was on GG's. I was watching last night. I got a lot going on in the evening time, so you just happened to catch me. Man, I'm telling you, I was like, just get ready to plug in, talk to my wife, and I said, you know what, I'm about to go on here. I said, hey, I'll holler at you in a minute, I'll be back. And I was watching a GG stream last night too, and I heard her saying, I'm not gonna take no phone calls. I was like, dang, because I was rolling at the time. I was like, I definitely would have called in. But yeah, I miss y'all, man. I have a lot going on in the evening time. And so I just try to watch and stuff like that. So I miss y'all, man. I was excited when you invited me on. You know how I get, man. I was like, I want to go and hang with the fellas real quick.
I bet you wasn't busy enough.
Come on.
I bet you wasn't busy enough.
So let me ask you a question, Jay.
Yeah, sure did, brother. You know I have my yard right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I knew that. You ain't busy for that though.
So me and Sean, we having a debate about updates. And listen, I've been an advocate of updates, right? I made videos about updates, right?
Every update that comes out in LG, you drop a video.
Let's stay focused.
But I'm talking about Unihertz. I'm talking about Unihertz phones
and their updates and that crap. That's all I'm saying. Stay focused. But stay on point.
And even though I've called out companies and slammed companies, even Unihertz, because I emailed them about why they're not updating their devices. And I got the generic email said, hey, listen, we working on it. To give that customer experience and blah, 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 right? Okay. But as it stands, as a device today, right? And I've been using the Pocket for about a week now because I put my SIM card in. It's been phenomenal. Right. And my question is, if they change the update, if they change it from 11 to 12, what benefits would you get from it that you don't have already, or you currently doing?
Well, first I got to say, screw them. By the way, if I use profanity, I'd say something.
Hey,
else, but because they messed me over, all these PR people, they were contacting me last year, like, oh, we want to send you everything. They set up all of the devices to send to me. Never heard anything back, so screw them for one. But like I was saying in the comment section, I definitely get what you're saying, because for me, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter if a device is getting updated or not, as long as it's working. So if it doesn't get the latest OS, I need at least some security patches to make sure you're clearing out some problems. Right. But like I said, I agree with Sean on that part, because if it's 2022, there's no reason for you to. This is something OEMs are really comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? They're comfortable with asking for $350. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then thinking we're going to pay for Android 10 on the low because they got a skin on it. That I don't appreciate. So I mean, while I can appreciate what they're doing, I wouldn't pay $350 for the device, not because I don't think it's worth it, but it's just that $350 for Android 10 or 11, and we're on 13, get ready to drop 14 soon. And you want me to give you $350 on a device that might get some support or might bring some nostalgic vibes to me, you know what I'm saying? Because like Sean was saying, they're playing on our emotions. I was an avid BlackBerry. I'm straight BlackBerry. I'll use one today. If they up the servers again, I'm back on. Like, if they bring out another real BlackBerry OS, I'm gone. Android is done. So, I mean, sadly,
it's not done, but for me, it's done. Yeah, I know. Yeah, for you,
I'm all over with. Look, where did everything come from? BBM and WebOS. That's where Apple, all of these cats got that stuff from. So
my work phone goes back to BlackBerry.
Yeah, you know, and it's that part. We still have WebOS on TVs. You know what I mean? So I'm not impressed enough. When I say screw them, that's just the business side. But you know, those are some dope devices. But I don't see myself paying $350 if I know it's running an older version.
Yeah.
But if I'm just this regular Joe and I really love the device, that's the other side of me. I'm just gonna use it. It really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wasn't into the other side, then I wouldn't really care. But since I am, I can't shake that off.
That's my problem.
But Jay, I have a question for you. Yeah. Why you never interested in Tesla? You a YouTuber.
I was buying a Tesla. For those that steal my car, I did go build a Tesla, and I decided to cancel at the last minute because I drive more than 400 miles on a tank when I'm going somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need about 600, 550 at least.
Right.
And Tesla, I don't have time to be stopping and charging. And then also, Teslas are very boring. So if I was going to get an EV, Tesla's interior is so outdated and boring. It's no more excitement behind it. I'm going towards the BMW 4, the EV that they have. That's a luxury. Yeah. That's a real luxury car. With click little buttons to turn my AC on. Yeah, I don't have time to be looking at touchscreens to adjust everything. So Teslas are pretty much lame to me, and people always try to convince me that they're the greatest. But I'm not interested in just buying a Tesla because I'm a creator or whatever. I need long range, and that's one of the main. Plus, they're ugly. There's nothing exciting about a Tesla. It's not exciting anymore. When it first came out, it's like the first Chrysler 300. We used to call it the baby Bentley. That remember 05?
Yeah, the baby.
We was
Bentley,
like, oh snap! Yeah. So we got one, but now
I'm glad my daughter kind of got out of it, because when Tesla first came out, she was coming to me like, "Daddy, I wanted to," and I'm like, "Ooh." So I was letting time pass by and to see if she lose interest of it, and she lost interest of it, by the way. So I was like, because I didn't want to buy a Tesla.
And you know, Teslas are okay. I'm not impressed with it enough, man. I drive real cars, and I'm not.
I drive a scooter.
I'm not impressed with Tesla enough to buy a Tesla yet. I did order one back 2 years ago, I think it was, and if I was smart, I would have had bought it because I could flip it today for an extra 25, 30 grand. But you know, unfortunately, I'm not into Tesla like that, man. I would just be so bored. You know, I want to hear my engine. You know what I mean? Even if it's not a V, I still want to hear it.
Hey, Carl, listen, I've been rocking the cases, man. And listen, I want to say, I got your case on right now. I've been rocking it. It's it's a permanent case for my device because it's absolutely great. And
I shouted you out yesterday.
They're kind of my very great, like a bold move, you know, because nowadays the cases are very similar. I've been blamed. I got in trouble. You know, I'm a troll. I'm serious. I'm a troll. So I got in trouble because my cases are similar. So I decided to give it a drive. So I actually hired a designer, pay a lot of money, try to find my own style. So people can leave me alone. You know, let me be a peaceful, stupid troll on my own Twitter.
Carl, do you drive a Tesla?
Yes, sir. Yes, Jay. I'm sorry.
What kind of Tesla you got?
Back 2 years ago, at the very beginning of the COVID started, I got a Model X. It's only 60 grand. I can sell it right now, 65 grand. So I was lucky.
Don't you hate it?
I don't really like it because, you know, the driving is boring. It's not a real car. It's my e-scooter.
It's a battery. I mean,
and the range is not enough. The reason I totally agree with you, actually right now, the only Tesla I will wait for is the truck, not for the crazy look, only for the range it provides. Is it 500 miles? I can drive 500 miles, you know, nonstop.
Just the thought of charging for pulling over on a trip to charge, that's just lame to me.
It's just like stopping to get something to eat, Jay. You know?
Actually, actually, the latest version of Tesla is very easy to charge. It's really, really quick to charge. But the problem is that since Tesla are making money, they are making huge profit right now. Now the customer service suck.
Wow.
It's difficult to get a loaner car.
Yeah.
You got to wait for a long time to get it charged.
So basically, if you didn't buy a Tesla 3 years ago, you shouldn't buy one. Because
no, shouldn't buy one right now. Don't get a Tesla right now.
7,000 or something like that, and it was loaded up pretty well. But now that same car is like 80 or 97. Like, it's not.
So I get this question. So people always hit me with this question. Salute to the tech preacher and shout out to the panel. I know all y'all guys use multiple devices, but I get this all the time because we use multiple devices.
Yeah.
If you had one device,
why are you trying to punish me, right winger? You trying to punish
a calendar year as a daily driver, which device would you use? And listen, this is probably the most difficult question for me to answer because I go through multiple devices, but I will answer this because you gave me a big tip here. You know, you see this $20 tip. You gave me a tip here. So
we're all going to
answer this question, right?
Yeah, I can chime in. Yeah,
I can chime in too.
The device that I would carry the only device I would carry the Z Fold 4, and the reason why is because Samsung DeX is a foldable device that I can open up with a bigger screen. The cameras are phenomenal. The battery life is great. It's so much I can keep going on and on. The S Pen support, and me as a business owner, signing PDFs and taking care of bills, the Z Fold 4 is the device that I will use as a daily device every day, all day, without a doubt. Me as a business owner.
Yeah, we got to get ready for in your hands because you always lead with DeX. So we got to get a Motorola with ready for in your hands.
And that's one of the reasons why. Because
I see John said what?
John Moore. Shout out to John Moore,
man. Big House said OnePlus 10 Pro.
Okay.
Yep. Dog said 6A.
Oh, OnePlus 10 Pros.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to my man John Moore. All right.
It's hard to get a 14 Pro Max right now.
7 Pro for me.
Yeah.
I go Pixel 7 Pro.
Pixel 7
yeah, that's an easy one for me too.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
for
4K
me, it's Pixel
compatible
7 Pro.
now. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, it is.
The new,
nice.
the new update is 4K. Yes.
When is
So
it?
Samsung-
That's good.
But
See,
if
that's
you're
why
close-
competition.
you're close
Because that's what
Competition
Motorola.
works.
Yep, they 4K. They like what's up?
Competition. Let me tell you something.
You guys would take the 7 Pro? My bad, Eric. Y'all take a 7 Pro?
Yeah. So for
Yes,
me,
that's-
Jay, if
Right now,
I
right
retired
now.
tomorrow, I wouldn't need a Pixel. But for what I do, it works. You know, it's like having.
Like, what about this
assistant.
personal use? Like you retired or whatever. You ain't, I guess it ain't.
Yeah.
about
So right now,
retirement.
so when for my personal use back before the pandemic, I was a coach, so I needed a personal assistant.
Yeah.
So so it was Pixel.
Right.
So that was the reason why I
Oh.
migrated over to Pixel, right? But I probably, in my personal life, I probably wouldn't need to have a Pixel.
I would definitely have. I guess if the person is talking about like right now, like if I just lost interest in whatever, or just I'm just gonna keep one phone, it would definitely be the 6A.
Oh, that's a great phone.
It would be a 6A. There's a lot of it don't cost a lot. Like if I had to
Yes, it don't cost.
It don't cost a lot.
No,
and
it does
the same
not. That's
thing
what I was
as
trying to tell
all
you.
the other Pixels.
That's my
But that
350 right there,
It
brother.
brings me to the question, Jay. I started off the live stream with this question.
Mhm.
Now we going 3 weeks or 4 weeks before we get to the new devices.
Mhm.
You know, and we go through this cycle every year.
Mhm.
And tech enthusiasts do this, right? Oh, if you got a Galaxy S21, that's old. Now in 3 weeks,
Jay
from
Will's
now,
never done it.
If you got a Galaxy S22,
You've never done
Ultra,
it.
it's old.
Mm-mm.
I never.
LaShawn
done
don't
it.
do it.
I know,
Yeah.
but I know this is what we see, right? You know, and people hit you in the comments say, "Oh my God, you making videos of a Galaxy S20, and that phone is old."
Feel good.
And
Still
so
good. The Ultra is.
when companies tell you that they're going to give you 4 to 5 years of support, that means that it don't matter at that point because you're going to get update after update after update.
Right.
And listen, these newer phones, it's no wow factor. I'm not seeing a wow factor. And it's
No, you're
I talked about it in one of my videos.
You're right.
What is it? Cameras. They spend a whole keynote address about cameras. It's more to it. It got to be more to it than cameras now. It has to be. I mean, they're not changing the body style. They're taking away every sensor in the world. No more headphone jack. They're taking power bricks out the box. No AKG headphones. No dongles. No adapters. No nothing. But they charge you $1,200-$1,300, and they're telling you cameras. That's it. Low light. It's all about low light.
I think OEMs should shift from doing a phone every year. A couple of things I think should change. I think it should change a couple of things. I remember when phones weren't made like this every year, but I think they should definitely go. This might sound going to the other way, but this will help us to get more excited about tech because making this shift with these so-called no more cell phone plans, they should bring back subsidies for me. I think they should bring back subsidies and they'll have way more customers like before, but the carriers don't want to hold a bill. But the other flip side of that is don't bring the phones out every year. Bring it every 2 years because what we have now is pretty much the same phone when they're regurgitating the same thing and they're just bringing out a couple of things changed. And we can actually control the market as tech enthusiasts, but there's too many tech enthusiasts getting paid large sums of money to do every device. So if the playing field was leveled, every 2 years will be great. The reason it's not leveled is because if we all got treated the same and all got invited to every event, YouTube would be different. It wouldn't be as much money for a certain group of people. I mean, just think about how the world is controlled. The reason the 1% or the 0.05% can control the other 99+% because they own the main essential things. They own the land, the water, the hospital. They own the main things that we need. So they can price it how they want to price it. And so when you relate that to the tech world, you got certain creators who get in the bag. Now, I'm not hating on them. Because their channels are neutral like that. They do the same thing. They're predictable. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going to happen. It's going to be 1 or 2 videos, and then it's on to the next. So I started to look at them as entertainment because I've met them, so I respect them. You know what I'm saying? And Eric, you met some of them too.
Yeah.
When me and you hung out in New York that one time. So you met some of them. So you know, even if I've met them multiple times, you met them. So you know they generally are nice people. But it's a business for them. It's not a business for me.
Right.
So I feel some type of way about the industry bringing out a phone every year, and I don't like it anymore. It's boring because I talked about that in the other video, the S23 Ultra. We know what it's like.
We already know it.
What's the name? Rinky already showed their cases for it.
But
it's the same size as my current case.
But here's the 2 selling points of the S23 so far: 200 megapixel camera and 2200 nits of brightness. That's it.
I don't even use the 100 and whatever case like whatever thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I've been seeing video after video.
I don't use the 100 pixels or whatever right now. Zooming on the moon every now and then. So, I mean, come on, like I don't.
And so I think that but Samsung is going to shoot themselves in the foot here because they're going with an overclock chip and they can't control the thermals.
It's not as appealing.
It's going to be bad.
Get every phone just about it. I think it's sad that we can have this same conversation in 2025, and I think it's going to be the same. I don't think Apple's going to bring a folding phone anytime soon because why? They know that we want one, and the folding phones that are here, Samsung is dominating in the U.S. because nobody's allowed to come in. Imagine if didn't they just ban they just did something else to was it Huawei or Xiaomi? They did something else to them, and they really getting locked out.
Yeah,
so,
I think
man,
ZTE. There's no competition.
Xiaomi, Huawei, they all kind of.
It's boring.
Yeah, like I feel
and you know what?
bad
AT&T is following the train because they don't allow nothing overseas on the carriers.
I think that's foul.
That is foul. And I made dedicated videos about AT&T. By the way, I just it's horrendous because
it's foul.
Truth told that AT&T Verizon has the most users, and so if AT&T ban international devices, that means that it's hard for tech enthusiasts that got GSM carriers and say, hey, I got a GSM phone with AT&T band support, but I can't put it on AT&T.
Do you think, Eric? Do y'all think it's going to happen with the SIM cards? You think it's because eSIM has been out for a while?
If they do it, I won't buy one. I promise you that they're going to save me some money.
It's going to be bad.
You think they're going to shift everything over to eSIM soon?
I think so. I think T-Mobile will be the last one. I think T-Mobile will be the last one.
Money because people bring imports to them all day.
Exactly.
All day.
Exactly. They're going to be the last one.
I have a phone. How can I use eSIM card? I have a phones. Silly.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard.
That's why I didn't get an iPhone this year.
I love eSIM. It should be an option. It shouldn't be.
It should be an option. But you know what? Here's the thing: what's going to happen with tech enthusiasts? Techies like us, when we do reviews, we're just not going to. I don't know how we review phones without testing the call quality. But that's going to be something.
Yeah,
that's going to be something that that's going to be something that us tech reviewers won't do. We won't test call quality.
Right.
Because we're not going to be switching eSIM and calling the carrier and going online and doing. We're not going to be doing.
Can you put up Big House's
we got
comment?
Big House. Let's see.
I
put AT&T SIM in my Moto Edge Plus. It doesn't surprise me.
Wow.
Hey, Big House, is that the Moto Edge Plus 2022 joint?
Yeah, unlock. I bet you. Yes, he got the unlock one. Yes.
Yeah, they're not going to.
It shouldn't happen like that.
It shouldn't happen that way.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It's so sad that I talk about AT&T as being probably one of the worst U.S. carriers. I actually closed my AT&T account.
Yeah,
and because I can't deal with that. I mean, they're a GSM carrier. And you know what? When I talk about AT&T, I do have some people that hit me in the comments that support AT&T say, man, why are you going off on AT&T? Because it's AT&T, they want to make money. I understand that, but is that good for the consumer?
It's never going to be about us, though. You know what I mean? So that's never
about us.
I just hope that T-Mobile hold off for a few years. I
think they will. They're not stupid.
Yeah,
they're not AT&T.
I mean, the trouble started for them when Singular bought AT&T and kept the AT&T name. Singular, when they was operating the way they were, was a better company because I had Singular, but they bought AT&T and kept the name AT&T. That's what happened. Some people think it's reversed. Some people think AT&T bought Singular, but that's who Ma Bell is if you're old enough. Singular bought AT&T and decided to use the AT&T name.
So they thought it had more cachet.
Yeah, so
we know who it was.
That's what it was. So a lot of people think that Singular went away, but they really didn't. Some people don't even know what Singular is. Probably don't know.
No, they don't. They're too young.
Yeah, but Singular bought AT&T and decided we're going to use this name because I noticed that some of my buddies worked as managers at AT&T, and they were like, "No, man, they gave me the breakdown or whatever." But AT&T is wrong for locking the devices like that, and that's where T-Mobile. What about T-Mobile's what is it called? MVNO, those other ones that they have?
Yeah.
The other company, right? They got another one.
So they've got Mint Mobile. They've got a whole bunch. US Mobile's MVNO. There's Tello, Dish. A lot of people
got another one. They just linked up with another. Let me see if I can find that article. They just got another one.
One of the biggest problems when I make update videos, right? Just say with LG devices or something like that, I get bombarded in comments saying that, hey, I got my device still stuck on Android 9, Android 10. And when I respond to them, I ask them one question: what carrier you with? And they say, I bought an AT&T phone. Listen, AT&T won't update them phones unless you have an active service. You have to have active SIM, and they still probably won't update it because it's based on regions. So it updates them.
They linked up with Bark Technologies. That's it. Bark Technologies is the one I found the article.
It's really bad with AT&T, guys. I'm gonna tell you, as much as I maybe years and years ago when I used to talk about, hey, listen, if you got GSM, whether or not it's T-Mobile, AT&T, those are going to be your two carriers that you want to get international phones or any phone that's unlocked. I went back on that and said, listen, you got to go with, any GSM carrier besides AT&T, because AT&T, if you're a tech enthusiast, AT&T is like Sprint right now.
Damn sure.
Sprint would not. I mean, you really couldn't do nothing on Sprint. I felt bad for a lot of people that was on Sprint that wanted to be tech enthusiasts buying phones and they can't use it on Sprint. Well, that's the same thing going on here. Is that AT&T is not allowing devices on their network. They want to sell you their phones. They want to lock you in for 36 to 48 months. They want to lock you in. That's the key to them. And that's it. And listen, if you walk into AT&T store, most of your sales associates go try to sell you two phones, an iPhone 14 Pro Max or a Samsung. They may have other devices sitting in their corral. They won't even try to say, listen, I got other phones over here, cheaper options. They won't do, and it's commission based, and that's why I understand that, But at the end of the day, does that help the consumer? I remember when LG phones were sitting over there by the toilet, right? They used to have LG, when the LG Wing came out, I never forget this. I walked into an AT&T store. They had the LG Wing way back there going towards the place where you go at either to the toilet or something. I was like, why your LG Wing way back there? Oh, man, nobody buy them phones. They didn't know who I was, though. Ain't nobody buy them phones. I said, well, how you know? Have you tried to sell it to them? Do you know what it is? I don't know. People don't care about the phones. They didn't care.
They
Does
didn't
it
care.
have iMessage or FaceTime?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Come on now.
And so that, what? It's just sad that I understand that people go to work and they incentive is to sell as many phones as they can to make money for themselves and their family. Listen, I think T-Mobile changed that model. I don't think they commission based.
They don't make that money. Yeah, I know a manager over there. They
don't do that.
They are not making no money.
Right. And so, but AT&T and I think Verizon does do that. Hey, they got them incentive, sell 20 iPhones, 100, 60 iPhones, and you get this bonus. Yeah. So guess what they do all day, right? When you walk in the door, hey, I got this iPhone. You want this iPhone? I got this iPhone. I get it for free. Yeah. How about free? You can add another line. You can do this. Get it for 36 months. Sound like car salesman, right?
It's a lot of distractions out there. It's a lot of distractions from the carriers, especially. Now, I know people love T-Mobile, but this T-Mobile's trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. Like, looking at something like, oh, we're giving away free money, folks. Money isn't free.
Money.
It's just like when you swipe your credit card and they say we're giving you points back. That's your money. They're just giving you a portion of the fees that you've been earning, and they're giving you a small portion. But T-Mobile with the we're going to give you $25 or up to $225 at an ATM machine. It's just it's a joke at this point. There's a lot of distractions, and T-Mobile is the biggest distraction. Now we're going to give you free pizza. They're trying to keep you overweight. What is it, T-Mobile Tuesday thing? All that junk Tuesday, stuff like that, bro. It's a distraction because they're trying to push this Magenta Max. I know because I'm not on the military Magenta Max, and since I pay full cost for a lot of the phones, they keep trying to get me to switch. We can give you this monthly. I'm like, I'm not signing no 36 months.
Oh my God.
Getting no credit. It's okay for some people, but I just can't do it because I don't want to be locked in. I don't want to feel like I'm getting trapped.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of distractions with this T-Mobile Tuesday stuff. And AT&T doesn't now. It's called Thanks or something with AT&T. They've been doing it for a few years. But to me, those are distractions because they need to get you to pay your bill. So they'll give you a whole bunch of stuff. They want you to pay your bill monthly because they don't survive off the phones. They want you to pay that bill. It's just a distraction to me.
So Jay, I see you coming out with these series of videos that you've been coming out with.
Yes.
Is it worth it?
Yes. It's the latest one.
And you've been coming out with a few videos like that. Long 20-minute, 24-minute
Son, you know I was
videos,
about
I
right?
don't try to, man. I try to cut it down.
It's
My
been
bad.
a conversation, and you bring up some very valid points about is it worth it? And I know you sometimes you do call out content creators.
Yeah, I try not to.
But you know what? I think being real, sometimes people need to understand when you watching other people's channel or when you watching some of the bigger content creators.
Yeah,
you know, we here as a community, we try to give people the realness, right? The no BS type of concept, right? This device is great. It's the cost is great. You're going to get great photos, like you talk about, great photos, great videos. You have to look beyond some of what the other content creators say, right? And I believe in it. I listen to you, and I say, you know what? That makes so much sense. And I know we all, Barry been doing it, and LaShawn been doing it. Great content creators. I mean, oh my God! Listen, I would tell you this much. Barry, LaShawn, Gigi, they better than me. JoJo, they better than me.
Creators too, you know.
And you know what? They putting so much work. When I watched LaShawn latest video, I was blown away. Did you see that?
Way better than my content. I ain't putting out no good content like
video,
that,
and I'm like, he doing the voiceover in the beginning, and I'm like, I'm looking at the video.
Their production skills way up here. I'm way down here.
Look, listen, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. That motivate me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It motivates me. I'm watching LaShawn video, and he doing the voiceover in the beginning of the video, bro. And with the B-roll and the prettiness and the sharpness and the stuff, I'm like, man, that's like, you know, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, my boy LaShawn that lay up there and did his thing.
They production.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, bro.
I watch your video, bro. I was so impressed at your video that you just dropped.
Appreciate you, man.
Right?
Point, man.
And then when I watch Barry video, I'm like,
production
man,
skills.
Listen, and I want to tell y'all that I don't know if I have any influence over that. I don't know. I know I'll be preaching about, you know, taking your time. Don't rush.
Your game up.
Step your game up, right? I know I preach. That's what I preach, right? I preach, take your time. Listen, YouTube ain't going nowhere. You ain't got to post. You ain't got to hurry up. And, oh my God, I got to hurry up. Listen, it's all good to slow down. Your community gonna support you no matter what. So I always stress, and you know what? I had to preach that to myself because I had to slow down. You know, I don't drop videos every day like I used to, right? I don't do that like
I used to
take
do
my
2 a day
time.
or something like that. I was doing like 2 or 3 a day.
And you know what? I had to. What I found is that when you drop videos every day, you notice your view count is like because people like, man, you dropping so much, bro. I can't keep up.
You do push out a lot of content, sir.
You know, but I drop a lot of members only content though. I really do drop a lot of that type of content.
I'm a members only. That's why I said what I said, sir.
Because I believe that if you pay for a service, you ought to get
I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you. With services, right?
I feel like I'm getting, unlike the Unihertz, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of you.
He went there.
So no, listen, the only reason why we talk about Unihertz right now is because somebody hit in the comments and said, hey, Easy, what's your daily drivers? And I mentioned the Unihertz Pocket. And so we got on that conversation. Other than that, we wouldn't even be talking about Unihertz right now. You know, but yeah, I mean, look, I hit Unihertz up. I hit him on Twitter. I emailed him and I asked him the same questions. Hey, support, what's going on? And they, you know, I mean, I'm waiting on them to drop some support for these devices because listen, they go drop. Listen, come 2023, they go drop a slew of newer devices. But okay, what about your legacy devices?
Who bought the current devices? You know what I'm saying? Like people in the US didn't.
Well, they're such a small niche company.
Unihertz ain't that small, B. They've been around for a second, son. Do you look them up? They ain't that small. The market, I think what they do is, I know what they do is they get you to create them great videos and they show your videos where they really want to show the videos.
Hey, we got T in the building.
So T said if you drop daily videos, you could get views. People love it to see your videos. They shouldn't get tired of watching. I don't think people get tired of watching.
Yeah, I think T might have taken that the wrong way.
Yeah, you taking it the wrong way.
I get what you're saying.
I kind of drop one.
Yeah, you drop a lot.
Listen, yeah. So listen,
I do like 3 a week, 4 a week, maybe.
Right.
Like, so 2 or 3 a day.
So what I'm saying is dropping, content. Like for me, I drop content almost every other day. Like I drop a video Monday. I didn't drop a video Tuesday, but I drop a video.
Thank you, El Jefe.
This live stream, and then tomorrow I'm dropping a video, but I'm not dropping a video Friday, but I am dropping a video Saturday. So for me, it works for me. And listen, it's all good. And me as a person that watch YouTube all day, every day, I try to balance myself out and watch everybody's videos. But me, I'm the type of person that I do that, but not everybody does that. That's the thing. Like, you might have some people that love you, that love the stuff that you do, but sometimes you might get 1 or 2 people that might skip your videos. But I don't want that. I don't want people to skip my videos. I want people to not get exhausted of me dropping videos 2 and 3. I don't drop 2 or 3 videos a day anyway, but I just feel that
facts.
I think people love and support the content creator. And
correct.
You know what?
It's
we
like Jay
want
Will.
that.
We
want people to
we all watch
support
it.
the content creator.
I've been watching Jake Will forever. The same thing with you, Easy. If I need to get something like some sort of Apple, accessory, I'm gonna go to T because I know he an Apple lover.
Yeah,
and I know he puts out that stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'll go down T's thing. I'll look up. I knew he did it, so I'll go there. Everybody's specific for me, but there's some guys that are my favorites. You know what I'm saying? But not saying T ain't my favorite. I'm just saying I'm not an Apple guy, so he knows that. But when I know that I need an Apple accessory, I'm going to his because I know he's probably done it. You know what I mean? He does it all the time.
And you know what T does, he broke it down and he realized that what he wanted to do, he wanted to keep it into accessories, and it's nothing wrong with that.
It's helped me.
It's nothing wrong with that. For me, I'm knuckleheaded. I just feel that I don't want to do 1 or 2. I don't want to be locked down.
Do what you feel like.
You started that way though, Eric. You was doing computer stuff.
Like, yes, I was doing computer stuff.
Windows computer.
I was doing computer stuff.
I guess, he frequently comes up as an example of doing one thing, but I remember him doing multiple things.
Right.
But in reality, when you're good at something, bro, why would you skip over it? So if his videos are getting all those views, I'm gonna stay with it. Because if they taper off, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if his case videos start to taper off? I mean, it's easy to go up, but a lot of people don't want to come down. So as high as T is right now, he's gonna come down like everybody else. You can't stick up there forever because there's gonna be another younger guy that comes along and he tap dances a little bit better, and people gonna gravitate towards that. But everybody has that shining moment, and this is his time. So when it comes to accessories, he's getting it in, and so he better ride that wave until it just doesn't go anymore. He better ride that thing all the way out. Yeah. And then, but I think sometimes when your time is up, though, you got to know that your time is up with something.
Yeah.
But putting out videos every day, I stopped because I felt like my time is up with that. Well, putting out a video every day, I was doing 2 or 3 a day. And I just I'm getting burned out on this too. So my time is up with doing 2 or 3 a day. I was doing every day with the morning Monday smartphone news. I was like, I can't do this. You just have to know when to slide into something else. And I think T will be doing, I'm giving T as an example, him and some other people like El Jefe does earphones, but he's going to probably get tired of that at some point or another. Because you might want to venture off into something else, and that's why you changed. That's why Eric probably created that podcast. Remember, I had a podcast years ago.
That was great.
I got bored with YouTube, so I created a podcast.
That was great.
So many ways to go to keep yourself entertained.
And my podcast is always like it's unscripted, right? It's just me just talk. Just talking, just having some fun. This is giving my thoughts.
You gotta have some fun.
Like that,
You gotta keep yourself interested, because if you're boring and you turn on the camera, everybody's gonna tell you you're boring.
Yeah,
you can tell when you're forcing videos.
But I just about to say that, Jay. This is what you see when you see people putting videos out a lot, just overworking themselves. You start to see them You can feel that they're faking it. They looked overworked.
Okay,
They look like they're faking it. Like you could tell that at that point they're not having fun at this. And then and then you see these videos pop up and say, I'm over, they quitting YouTube because this is what they've been doing, and it's been hard mentally, in their minds. It's not in it no more. They've been faking it. I see a lot of content creators make these videos say that they've been just overrunning themselves. They mentally they just totally destroyed.
I will not allow this.
I won't
too
allow
many
this
beaches to go
that.
lay on. There's too many wives to hug. There's too many restaurants you can go to.
Yeah.
I work out every day, so I can just go burn that energy somewhere else. You got to know when to say when. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm in the stream, but I'm not in the stream.
Right.
Like I'll put you on the big screen TV, and then I'll be cooking or something. You know what I mean? Like I want to engage because I want to support.
I totally.
It's okay to take a couple of days off. It's okay to take a week off.
Weeks, yeah.
It's okay. Listen, I see you could type into your community tab. Say, hey guys,
correct.
Yeah, I'm taking some time off. You ain't got to do
Eric,
that, right?
I owe you. I'm glad you're on this. I think we talked about this already. That we have. When I go on vacation several times a year. It's just that one time Eric wanted to see me or talk to me or something like that.
Yeah, man, I got.
I think I looked at all that stuff, dude. I was like, look at my wife, like, what the heck is going on? Oh
Jay Will did post a video.
Oh my god, man!
I'm so used to seeing Jay Will post like 3 videos a day.
You know what I mean?
Then all of a sudden it cut off.
Oh, you talking about when Jay went MIA?
I was like, what the heck did Eric do? Like,
I'm like, what's going on?
I go on vacation several times a year, like weeks at a time. It's just that I schedule videos, and that time I was like, I'm out. We literally got in the car and was like, let's go to the beach and we're gonna stay here for a few weeks.
And I'm looking at your videos, and I'm looking at your last posted video
2 weeks ago.
I'm like,
probably
2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, hold on. What Jay Will?
Oh yeah,
on Twitter. I started asking everybody.
I appreciate it, but I was like,
I called you, right?
Yeah,
I called you.
You're not the only one. I mean,
yeah, I called him too.
Yes, everybody left me a message, and that made me worry. You know what I'm saying? Like, at our cabin, it's intentional that it doesn't have internet service.
Yeah,
it's intentional. It's way up in the mountains, so there's absolutely no way I want to be bothered with YouTube. You said it earlier, Eric. YouTube ain't going nowhere.
It's
now,
not
if YouTube was my job, I still would take a vacation. Maybe not as long, but I got to get away from this, man. I got to make sure that YouTube is like 5th on the list, or maybe even 7th or 8th on the list in my life. I can't do it. I have too many things I could be doing other than YouTube.
But you know what? That brings me to something that I see a lot. A lot of people quit their jobs and go YouTube full time, and then you see a change.
I ain't got no job to quit, but I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like,
you see a change that they are forced at this point to make videos.
Are they doing that for money, or are they doing it because they're really happy?
But they're not happy at that point. I mean, you can't be happy.
The people
when
I be saying that, Eric, is, man, I make just as much money as my regular job, so I'm sure I might think about doing this full time. I'll never be able to make the money that I made in my career on YouTube. It will not happen. It just won't happen. So
listen, I'm not knocking anybody that say, you know what, I'm gonna quit my job and work YouTube full time. Listen, for me, I own businesses, so I got a lot of time to spend on YouTube because my businesses run by themselves. Yeah. So for me, I do have a lot of time but YouTube is not my primary income, by the way, because listen, I be on the street broke with my wife be left me.
You're making a lot of money on YouTube. Come on,
I mean,
you're making a lot of money.
Yeah, cut the ish, Eric. Cut the ish, Eric.
Look, man, listen, let me tell you why I make money on YouTube, because I changed my structure.
Instead
of doing stuff, I had to make a change. Right, shout out to John. John, I'm proud of you guys.
Bro, you know John is that dude has been rocking with me.
Oh yeah,
he's been rocking with me for a minute. I've shout him out all the time.
For that, I got to do 10 hut. I'm gonna do 10 hut on that.
Yeah,
we're gonna come back on the other side.
He's a good.
And we're gonna talk about this. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Where is this?
He's been like a real cat. I remember your area. We're gonna hang out, John.
Yeah.
That dude's like one of the real ones.
Okay. I don't even see it. Did I delete it? I know I ain't deleted it. Thank you very much for the $10 holla. I really do appreciate that. But listen, man, I look at it like this, right? The only reason why I'm making money now is because I had to make a change. I was doing everything for free. I would listen. I'm getting sent product, and people ask for product reviews and stuff like that. And so I found myself selling myself for free without getting compensation for the work that I do. If I work on a job, I get paid per hour or per salary, right? So if a company reach out to Easy Computer Solutions, say, hey, Easy, I would like for you to review my product, check out my product, and make videos about my product. Well, that comes at a price, sir. That's not for free. Nothing for free. So what I had to do is I had to make a business structure for this YouTube channel and conduct it as a business because I'm doing the work. It's my face behind the camera. I'm doing the editing. I'm doing the reviewing. I have to deal with my audience. I have to deal with my viewers. I have to deal with this. That means that I got to get compensated for the work that I do. And listen, man, I encourage every content creator out there. Don't sell yourself for free. And Jay Will taught me this, right?
Did I?
You taught me this. you taught me this. Don't sell yourself for free. Get compensated for the work that you do. And you know what? That's what I had to change.
Eric, man, dude, I'm trying to figure out, why don't you have your check mark on YouTube?
I don't know. I'm not at 100.
Why don't you go get what you talking about, son? Bruh.
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
If you have over 50,000 or 20,000, I think they changed the rules now. You have to put your brand across all of your social media. You don't remember that? Like, what was it, a year or two ago? Just switch it all the same, bro, and then go apply for it, and they'll give it to you.
Okay.
It has to be That's why I don't know if you notice, like when I change my one thing, I change all three of them. Like the icon or the picture, or what is it called? The your thing for your logo or whatever.
Yeah, logo.
Like just the face portion on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I keep all those the same because they said something. I'm sorry to switch it up. My bad for jumping in, but
no, you're good.
I was looking at you. He got his freaking check. Like T should have his check. All these people that are like established already with a brand. Well, I don't know if El Jefe has a brand. El Jefe got his check, right?
Yeah. No.
But he's the same across the board. Like he's on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Those three is all I put in. I only put in those three, and they approved me like the same day. So, man, you have to go into. Remember they made that big announcement. They opened up.
I got to go in there and do it.
That's a quick one, bro. Just make sure you change everything first, and make sure your banners match. And then after that, you just do what you want to do. I think because I always change I leave the same. The face is the same, but sometimes I'll change the banner. My bad, but. El Jefe, man, go get your brand check, man. I mean, I don't know if it matters how many subscribers you have. I think you have to have 1,000 or something like that.
Okay,
I have to look into it.
Really, only 1,000?
They really lowered the. Let me see if I can find it real quick, son. Because
so
I've done it a long time ago and I forgot. But y'all cats should have y'all
100K,
100,000 now.
Okay,
it's 100,000. Okay,
but on the entry, the first time they put it up, though, son, it was like 75 or 50 or something like that when they first announced it for everybody.
Yeah, once you hit 100,000 subscribers, things change. Right? You get all the verifications and all that stuff.
That is.
But shout out to Savage Scientist. He got 2 super chats in here.
Good old Savage.
And you know what? I want to make this announcement on my podcast tomorrow.
100,000. That's dumb.
Podcast tomorrow. Savage Scientist is my guest.
Hey,
oh my God! I hope y'all ready.
Okay.
Hope y'all ready.
How did that work out?
Oh my God! Let me tell you something. Y'all got to wait and see for tomorrow. I got Savage Scientist as my guest on my podcast tomorrow. I got to be fully drunk for that. All right, let's go to give him some props.
Yeah.
He gonna be great. He gonna be great. I hope.
Nah, he's going.
Yeah. Very much for the 333, sir. I appreciate that. All right.
Yep.
Yes, it's 100,000. Yeah, it's 100,000.
Yeah.
That's the silliest thing ever, son. That's another form of control. You know what's so bad? Look at these people's views. Look at those people's. Look at his views. Look at T's views. Look at all these people who don't have 100,000. The views is where it's at.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what's so funny is that when I watch content creators videos, right, like LaShawn or Barry, and I know they much deserve it of more views, but I know how YouTube work, and I know that it's a shame that they don't get shuffled in the algorithm and stuff like that, and especially
I don't even get shuffled.
So, but the thing, like I know and I appreciate your sentiment, but the one thing that I always tell LaShawn on the back end, right? So we look at our growth, right? But we know next year, I don't care if one person's watching, the stuff that we did this year has to be better. It has to be way better. There's a lot of stuff that we have to change to be better next year. So it is sad. And what I always try to tell small creators is it can be frustrating when you don't get those views or what have you, but at some point the tide is going to change. So are you going to be ready to take that change? So I tell LaShawn all the time, the bottom line is when he starts getting tons of views, people are going to say, and he's going to be ready, and it's going to be, man, I went back a year. He's had fire video. Where the heck was I at? Yeah, where were you?
And you know what? The crazy thing about it is that your older legacy videos are going to start popping.
That's what I'm
popping.
Oh man,
yeah.
The video that you made yesterday, for 6 months from now, you were like, damn, bro. All of a sudden, those videos are popping. All of a sudden, and because people go back and say, man, the search and all that. And look, I know there's two kinds of people. People play the search game, right? Because you could go to YouTube, whatever is trending, right? YouTube trends, and you could make videos based off of YouTube trends, and you could get 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
But is that real or fake?
Yeah.
See, that's the whole thing, right? And that's my thing. I want to make content that fits my audience. I want to make content that revolves around tech. It don't matter, all things tech. I'm not trying to hit the algorithm. I'm not trying to hit Google Trends. I'm not trying to do this. Listen, when I make Unihertz videos, and I didn't even know that my Unihertz video was gonna pop off the way it did. But guess what? They did very well, by the way, right? They did very well.
Eric, so not Eric. Eric. Let me say, wait. Yeah, Eric. Do you think that? So speaking of like LaShawn and Barry, since they're here, and Sean, if you had a channel, you'd be in here too. Create one though. Why not? Just do vlogs. Do you think that creators really? I guess not even for Eric. Are you having fun, LaShawn? Barry, are you having fun? Because if you're not having fun,
so
your channel is not going to do that well because people can see it on you. You know what I'm saying?
They can see it. Yeah,
that's why I tell people to have fun first. Like you just have to have fun first. And the YouTube thing for me, that's one of the questions I get so much, like from people out who like people I don't know out if they see me, they ask me how I got started. I'm like, I didn't plan on starting, son. You know how much money I was making in my corporate job? I think I quit for YouTube. So it just happened that way for me, that I started it based on what I was being lied to about, which was the only person I trusted back in the day was Brandon Miniman. He was like one of the best, and everybody who influenced you to start your YouTube channel, Brandon Miniman influenced me to start mine. I compared him to everybody else who I was watching, and a lot of people was lying to me, saying, just like Eric said, people lied to him. People was lying, saying something was good, and I was like, this isn't that good. I just want to activate this, because you had to activate a line back then to get the phones or whatever. But I watched Brandon Miniman so much, and I thought he was one of the most solid, well balanced. I liked his presentation. He had just a top down shot. He didn't show his face too much. He just was getting it in about the product. That's what I loved. And so once I got lied to a lot about something being great, I said, you know what? I'm going to suck at this, but I'm about to start doing YouTube. But I was still obviously in the corporate world and working a regular situation. But somebody motivated you to do it. But even though I was not like working in a tech field, I went to college for that. So I was always a techie, but I'm having fun still.
Oh yeah. So
years later, I just feel like if you're not having fun,
I'm having fun.
I tell people all the time. I throw it out there.
Yeah.
Sean, start a YouTube channel. That I say that to certain people because I feel like some people have that. Whether you would want to do it or not, that's on you. But a lot of times, people see stuff in me that I have no idea what they're talking about. And so when I see,
because I'm looking at you crazy, because even though you're my guy,
everybody's mastered, bro. You already mastered the art of being on camera. You know how difficult that is.
Yeah, that part is that part.
So many people are afraid to show their face on camera. I'm like, why? You talking to me in person? You don't even get to see any of the other people. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I say that to certain people because there's a vibe that's out there, and vlogging will always win. People are always gonna watch other people. You know what I'm saying? So no pressure. Like Gigi always say, but I think some people would do great something because your vibe. Like when you and Eric be button heads, I freaking love it. I'd be like this. Oh shit,
I love it too. We talk about this. Listen, we talk about this offline. Like, and you know what? And the crazy thing about when me and Sean have a debate,
y'all aren't acting. Y'all, it's for I can tell
it's for real. But I had to address because I get emails from my fan base telling me, "Oh my God, you ought to kick him off. I can't believe you letting him talk to you like." And I keep telling them, I address a lot of this stuff while we on these streams because I let people know we having a debate. This is why this is no fluff, no passes. This is so great when we have these debates because I want Sean as a tech enthusiast, not a YouTuber. Tell it how it is.
Look who on the stream with you. Holla at your boy.
Yes.
This was just a person in the comments.
Exactly.
Everybody. This cat
I love it. I love it. We talk about this. Me and Sean talk about this.
Cutting on everybody in the comments.
Yes.
Everybody. I was like, but he was
me
smart.
And LaShawn used to fight.
Yeah.
Me and him used to fight in the comments.
LaShawn pretty knowledgeable about this Android stuff. Don't let him fool you, bro.
I was about to ban LaShawn at one time. I remember he was
really?
He like, why? I'm like, I told him, I said, well, start a YouTube channel, bro, if you think you better than me.
Word. Shout out to Will H. Gadgets and more. Will H. Gadgets in one house.
Yeah.
Bro, look, I'm telling you, some people might not want to do so. A lot of times we run from something, but eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get it. That's why you got to have fun first.
Yeah,
you have to have fun. You won't even think of anything else. You'll just get on there and have fun.
But you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Me as the host of this show, right? I want to hear debates from Barry, LaShawn,
ain't no fun if everybody agrees.
Gigi. You know, I Sean, I want to hear them because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm in my studio. I turn my cameras on. I'm making videos and all, but I need to stay in tune.
I need you to get Mike back on here, man. I need you to get Mike on here. I'll come on when Mike comes on because he had something so great, man. And I'm not. It just was so good.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
Went away.
Mike
that was so entertained by that.
Oh my God! You talk about the most successful YouTuber that would have blew up. The tech fights was. Oh my God! It was that close.
I haven't spoken in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But that was something that was. We were okay. Let's be clear. We all were kind of doing that. We weren't labeling it that.
Right.
He came along, grabbed that idea, and ran with it, and it was. He got people on his spot that. I was like, dang, how you just got on here?
That was great. That was great. Listen,
it was phenomenal, man.
It was phenomenal.
Get him on here, man. I'm gonna need you to get him on your stream again. He don't have to be regular. I just like to see him on camera because that cat,
he's great.
Flair, bro. He got the flair. His situation was so good. I just
but you know what happened, Jay? Here's a problem. What happened? It's called life. I have issues.
Yeah. So hopefully,
that you have to address.
Over time, he'll be
and over time, I think he'd be back. And you know what? For me, listen, sometimes I've had issues. I've had a lot of things happen, you know, that I'm like, wow, we deal with it, right? We take care of our, our house business and stuff like.
Oh yeah.
Gigi say tonight. Gigi not with us tonight, but I know why. You know, and I understand.
Right, you got stuff to do. Shoot.
She got stuff to do, man.
It's what it is. Those things come up. You know, the stuff happens. But
and I can tell you this much: I appreciate my community, and I'm not. You know, when I look at my numbers for 2022, I felt good.
You got the email too?
I got the email. I felt good about it. And you know what? The the one thing that I didn't get is the subscribers. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. That's why I said my time has tapered off, because for what I got in 1 year, I used to get that in a month.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but that was back before everything. That was back between 2009 to 2015 or so, or 2018. After that, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, because this ran across my mind. And since you didn't get the subscribers, and since I didn't get the subscribers, and we acknowledge that we didn't get the growth that we didn't get, right? Mm-hmm. Is it something we doing wrong? Are we feeling that, you know, should we change up because we didn't get the growth?
Nah, the growth is cool and everything, but my views are pretty much about the same.
Yeah, your views.
Right, the views, I think my views is up.
Yeah, my views aren't up. But they're let me see if I can find that email.
So my views is up, but my subscriber count kind of mellow. I mean, listen, my subscriber count is not that great.
I think I barely hit 7,000 people. But again, my time for my big growth, you know, I had to join a network. I'm not, unfortunately for me, I got older as everybody else was just not getting up in age. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't fit the bill as the person on camera. I don't look my age, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know.
A company isn't going to want to put me out front. They'll put T out front. He's young, he's 30 something. They'll put him out front. Like, hey, sir, he young brother on the rise. He's more of a person that I would put on the front of my commercial too. I wouldn't put me on the front of my commercial. You see what I'm saying? YouTube's algorithm isn't really what we think it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They want people who, like, all those meetings I went to when I was going to all those before COVID. I was always one of the older people in there, and if it was another person in there, they was kind of, they weren't grumpy, but they weren't open to tech like I thought they were. So they were like, it'll be like 100 of us in this room. If Night Tech was here, he could tell you. I don't want to speak about people.
Yeah, we
here, and he could tell you that sitting in this room with these people, it's predominantly people his age. Like I think Night Tech is like 39 or something like that, 35, somewhere around 40. I don't know, but it's people under a certain age, and so the demographics that are watching you, for me, it's starting to change, folks. Like people close to my age are starting to watch, and I can see it in the comment section too. When I go check it, they're asking questions like, "Well, how do you put the SIM card in?" I'm like, "Oh my god, man!" You know, but I still got predominantly 34 to 44. Which is still under me, but still, that's a lot of my people that's watching me. So it's tapering off. That's why I said I know my limits. My time is tapering off. That's why I'm going to support everybody else.
No, you always.
You know what? I don't think that your time is up.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think
not
that
in the way it sounds.
Yeah.
It means that I'm not getting the views that I used to get.
But you know what?
Okay, but views are down.
If the views are down across the board, though, you think about this. This I want to take another YouTube content creator. I'm going to say his name. But this content creator dropped videos that it just get hundreds of thousands of views, right? And all of a sudden now they barely, touching the surface. I mean, if you look at some of the bigger content creators, man, they're not pulling in tens of millions of views like they used to. They're not doing that. I mean, I look at a lot of big content creators. They're not pulling in tens of millions of views like they used to.
I'm still thankful, though. I'm thankful because
But
I mean,
people are the whole thing have changed. But you have the demographic of people. Now, when you say younger people, listen, I don't know if I agree with that, Jay. Because because I think that the demographic of people on YouTube is probably going to the older generation. The reason why the younger generation going to TikTok.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The younger generation going to
TikTok. That's why I'm getting the older generation.
Exactly.
Okay,
the older
I get
generation
it.
looking for long form content. The short span youngsters are going to TikTok for the 30 seconds.
Watches your video, the average view on a 45-minute video. One of my videos is 45 minutes. The average view is only like 6 minutes.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that everybody watched it for 6 minutes.
Span is not that long.
Majority of the people,
right?
Yeah.
So the attention span of the youngsters are going to TikTok. The older folks that want to sit down and relax, get their popcorn ready, and watch a nice video.
I put people on the TV. I think I told Will. I'll be like,
So I believe that the younger content creators go eventually have to think about that, because you looking at TikTok is taking over the 60 seconds. You got to put all this content in 60 seconds. I can't do it.
I can't do that, bro.
Yeah, I can't do it.
The long form content is where we at. We the ones that's going to attract the older generation that just want to sit back and relax and watch a great video.
El Jefe has such a strong point. I've always believed in that. I always believe that just because I'll tell you, I'll share a private moment in an email. They insulted me basically. They said, well, we want to pay you to do this video. You know me, I'm totally transparent about money being made on the channel. I don't really care what you're going to do with it. The company emails me, Eric. Eric, I say Eric all the time because I know he's probably gotten similar emails for his length on here. And people like El Jefe and some of the other guys. The company emails me and says, hey, we want you to do this video. I said, okay. They said, what's your fee chart? I tell them my fee chart. I said, for your video and how long you want it, it's $7,500. They say, yeah. Here's what they said now. I was insulted. They were like, yeah, we pulled up the numbers for your last. This is how a company can trap you into taking less money. They said, we pulled up the money, the views for your last 10 videos, and you're not worth that amount. That's what they told me.
Ooh. Really? I got that email too. I've got emails like that.
The last 10 videos didn't amount. Those last 10 videos only had maybe 500,000 views, right? For the last 10. That's kind of high. Let's even go to 175 for all 10 videos, because I had some in there where I reviewed something that nobody knew about, like some cable or something, a hub, get 200 views, right? They use that against me. They say, for your last 10 videos equate to only something per they averaged out like $1,700 for the video or something like that. I said, no thanks. I said, because in actuality, the last 10 videos don't define me. And I was rude when I hit them back, and I shouldn't have, but I said the last 10 videos don't define me, and your product is not something that people know anyway, so it probably won't get a lot of views.
But that's the reality, though.
That's the reality.
And also, it might not even fit on your channel. So
yeah, they tried to get out of the money, and before people say $7,500 for a 15-minute video, that's the highest I think that's on the higher side that I charge, because of what they wanted. They had guidelines. We need you to cover, and if you don't know, companies will send you.
Yeah, they send you guidelines.
Here are the 10 highlighted things. We need you to speak of all 10 of these within this 7-8 minutes, and the rest of the time you can do what you want to do. I'm like, I'm gonna have to create I'm gonna have to memorize this stuff. So I have a little cheat sheet up over here while I'm talking. They ask you to cut the video like 4 and 5 times. I like, look, well, you take this out. And I'm like, you know what? This ain't worth it. I've literally told people, I'll send your product back. I don't got time for this, man. I'm finna go outside and walk this dog, and my yard is more important than this freaking video.
I've had that when I made videos, and
I'm gonna go walk this dog.
They give you the, and listen, and my thing is this, and I always hit companies up, and I always tell them that, listen, no matter what some of your talking points, I'm gonna keep it real no matter what. Please understand that. Absolutely. Before me and you come to a common ground here, right? Yeah. So once they accept the terms of service, they accept my terms of service.
Right.
I accept their terms of service.
Right.
I make the video. I send them the copy.
Right.
The viewer.
You recut videos?
Huh?
You recut video? I recut it if the price is right. Like 15 minutes.
Well, I will. Listen,
I think that's worth it.
I recently had to recut a video.
I know what video you're talking about.
Right. You know what video? Because I felt that what I talked about in the video made sense, but for them it didn't. So I had to cut some parts of it, and I had to re-render it. It's fine.
Right now,
they asked you to cut it again?
No, after I cut the first, after they gave me some of some of the feedback of my video,
right?
I cut the stuff out that they asked me to cut out. So
who did that to me? I like to keep it 100. Anchor did that to me. Anchor did that to me. I cut this video 5 times.
Oof.
The only reason I cut it 5 times because they kept email.
Man.
I said, look, here, I'll send you your stuff back. I don't care if y'all paid me first. I'll give you a refund. I don't have time for this. I don't freaking work for nobody, son. I'm not going to be bouncing around like this. Then I said, hold on, Jay. You can buy your wheels. You can.
Right.
This is a quick little 15 minutes. Put your feelings
right.
Get out your feelings right now. Get this bread. And I said, okay. I ended up cutting it like 5 times. And they had me put out multiple videos. All those anchor videos.
Yeah.
I told you off camera that last time. I struck a little anchor deal. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
You remember you told me I think I told y'all I end up taking less money than it was paying everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
The pay rate was 10 grand or something like that.
Yeah,
and I did it for a lot, something like that. I forgot what it was, but
I got my deal with AliExpress. So I make multiple videos with AliExpress. So I got my deal with. And listen, shout out to AliExpress. You know, they really didn't want too much. I kind of exceed their expectations. They didn't really want too much. I went beyond the Call of Duty for them. But I got my deal with AliExpress.
Yeah, shout out to LFA. He's right. If you don't sign any kind of agreement, you doing it wrong. And the only reason I cut the videos, that's how they can get you sometimes when you sign it. They were like, well, if you look here under this section of the contract, you agreed that. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
And
I'm probably going to have a different approach. Similar, but coming from a different perspective, because what happened was, I would put out like, this is what I charge, and they're like, oh no, you don't have enough subs and all that stuff. So
you gotta ask them what their budget is first.
Yeah. So one of the things that helped me is I came in a different way. So other creators started contacting me with, hey, you want to write some scripts? So I started writing scripts, and now like to give you examples. So I've got a full-time job, right? So there's certain things I can do, some limitations. So if I'm assigned by an editor to do something, I'm gonna do it on the weekends, but normally what happens is Monday they'll come in with revisions. So then Monday night after I get out work, that's when I'm doing my rewrites, right? But what it's done is it's forced me to, I'm not gonna do a revision. So El Jefe just put it like, maybe do one revision. I'm just shutting all that down. Like if I'm doing something for a company, I'm not doing any of that stuff, because I already have this other thing that's generating, stuff for me, right? So,
but when we talking about here live tonight, we talking about all the work that us YouTube content creators have to do behind the scenes. See, a lot of people people think that we just turn on the camera and we make videos.
Yeah.
But see, what we discussing right now is the business aspect that we have to do. But before we even turn on the camera, these are the things that we got to sit back and email back and forth, wait for the product to come in. We got to review the product.
Like that, man. It used to be like this back in the day. I would definitely get products in, but like Eric said, unfortunately for me, for the first 5 years, I think it was, I didn't negotiate a thing. I did everything for free. I wasn't monetized. There was nobody to guide.
There's no one. See, and the thing is,
I think I
you've been in my ear. Easy's been in my ear.
Yeah, I think I said it on
El Jefe, like a million people. That's the one benefit that
there was no guidance back then, and now it is. People now have every tool right there in front of them, so they know what to do, what to say. They know how to sign this, how to make this money here. It just wasn't like that when I started YouTube.
What I learned, Jay, and you talked to me about this. Listen, I take your advice and I've expand your advice to other people of what I've learned. And I've learned this: don't sell yourself short. I've had content creators come to me and say, "Hey, Easy, the only reason why I didn't go to this company and charge them anything, I just got the product for free because I don't believe that I'm at that level." See, at that point, you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
It don't matter about the type of videos you make. You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
First of all, you have to think about this. You're the one behind the camera.
Right.
You're the one that's making the videos. You're the one that's editing the videos. You taking it away from your family to do this product review.
Right.
And even if you work a full-time job, this is a job.
Yes, it is.
Fun job, but it's a job that you taking away from your family that you could be spending time with your oracle, your kids, your wife, whoever you could be dealing with. But no, you're doing this product review and you're getting zero for it. Zero. Nothing.
Eric,
nothing.
I want to tell Sean something.
Right.
Sean, here's a great example. Remember I said vlogging, you know what I'm saying? Like vlogging will always matter. Check this out. TK said in the comments, he's doing it wrong because he's not really working.
And what does he do?
Here's why he's saying that. On his channel, now TK told me a lot of people might not know this. I'll say it. He probably won't mind. But when he saw me probably in the first 3 to 4 years when I started. He told me he was at 75,000. I think he was at like 70,000, and I might have been at 10,000. He said, "You're gonna pass me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "You're going to pass me." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "You're going to pass me." And I was like, "Okay, thanks." I don't know if TK remember telling me that. He said, "You're gonna pass me." I said, "You got like 67,000 subs or something like that, 70,000 at the time. I forgot what it was." He said, "You're going to pass me." And basically he was saying is, you're pretty good at this. This is what he was telling me.
Yeah.
And the reason I said, Sean, vlogging will always matter. Here's what I have to say about TK at this point. If you go to his cart, now he doesn't do a lot of tech stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. And also, El Jefe said it earlier. Technically, T said it earlier. Your content that you're putting out, you can vlog every day. Somebody will watch. On TK's cart channel, I have never, TK can tell you right now, I've never talked to him about this, but I know current day, I passed him back then, but current day, his revenue from vlogging every day is about $10,000 to $20,000 on his cart channel. Ask him, does he make that much? Ask him, does he get a deposit of about 10 grand every month? Ask him. Now, I've never spoken to him about this, ever. Ask him to confirm that. I guarantee he says yes. All he's doing is vlogging. Mm-hmm. Somebody will watch. Now, do you think TK is going to go back to doing cell phones, or is he going to stay over there and keep vlogging about cars? Come on.
Right. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, so that's why I say he told me.
Oh, good Lord. He dropped the number on us.
Look, because, I mean, you can find out these things. I found out. I didn't ask him. I just know where to go to see how much he makes. Like, I tell everybody where to go to see how much I make. It's a little off. It's normally down a little bit, but you can roughly see.
Look, I honestly, Jay, I know we probably going to get off just about 30 seconds. For me, I followed you, Easy. I found out about Barry and LaShawn, but for me, it's all, and I've been watching you guys for a very long time. I've always been a tech enthusiast, but I just didn't think, or even I still don't think that anybody wants to hear what I have to say. But and that's just me. That's internal. But it's just
I told
all my time I've been messing with this stuff. I'm 55 years old. I've been messing with this stuff since its inception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all remember.
I'm with you.
We remember the phone on the wall.
Some
people
when
don't remember
no
that. So
remember when
these things are amazing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still to this day, I find them to be amazing in what they can do. But you know, I don't get me wrong. I've had some thought about it. I really enjoy. You guys have given me a plethora of information. I had this private conversation with El Jefe, and I thank all y'all because y'all I really appreciate just the information I've gotten on the back streams, on the front, and I appreciate it. And I'll have to give it some thought. You know what I mean? But I'm not telling you what
you'll pick up at least 200 or 300 subscribers because if I tell my people to bump you, son, ask people. If I say, hey, look, I'm gonna need you to go check this cat out. If I put I ain't saying I got special powers or nothing like that. I'm just saying take it that way, sir. My reputation isn't about lying. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm right now on this joint right here. This is how I'm in person, son. So if I tell somebody this cat is for real, they're gonna go watch you. They're gonna go watch you.
They will.
Yeah.
They're gonna go watch you.
And you know what? I think we all
I'm gonna watch
each other. Our community, and this is one of the things that I wanted to do here. Is have a community of people, right? You know, when they say the tech preacher, the first thing they say, oh, Gigi, Barry, holla at your boy. Those names come up in people's, when they think about Easy, they think about my group that I always share with people. I always think about, when I talk about it, even when I say it in my videos, you know, I always mention their names. And when I do these live streams or podcast,
Right.
You think about that, right? Mm-hmm. Because I believe that we all in this together. I believe that a community from the ground up, we support each other and we go take care of each other.
Shout out to Malik and Johan. Yeah, that's
and you know what?
Just make sure you have something to talk about and you're gonna be good. Have fun. Like I said, no pressure. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be exiting soon, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be bouncing away from YouTube. I'm gonna taper this thing off and switch to my car channel. I'm having way too much fun over there, son, because you know, the tech is cool, whatever, but cars is like one of my man. So, you know what I'm saying? I need somebody to watch, man. So I told Will, I said, I sit back and watch a 45-minute video. I love it. You know what I mean? So no pressure, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, you retired like me, so I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yet, sir. Relax with that.
Oh, I thought you was a cop.
No, I got 7 more, sir.
Oh, okay.
But what I try to do on my YouTube channel is that I'm following my childhood dreams.
Word.
Like I'm a Trekkie. I'm a techie. I love space.
Word.
You know, so the way I build my studio, the way I build my background, the way I do my videos, it's all about Star Trek, Star Wars, the futuristic stuff, that type of stuff. It's because I'm living what I couldn't do when I was a child. So what I'm doing right now, that's where the fun come in at for me. Because I told my wife when she walk in my studio, she see all this stuff in him. She's like, "What the hell is this?" I said, "This is my command center." She said, "What?" She said, "Yes, I'm in the Star Trek Enterprise. You just don't know. This is what I do." and I wear the outfits and all kinds of stuff like that. It's because it's something that it just makes my day, and it makes me feel good. And so that's one of the things that I know that I love doing, right? And so when I make videos based off of that. And I try to go over the top. My videos is sometimes ain't even about, you know, a lot of things, but it would give you a lot of visuals. The reason why is because I got so much equipment.
Word.
I just want to utilize the equipment that I have. That's all.
Word. You got some expensive stuff on there, bro.
You know what? My podcast is this me talking. It's just about me just sitting here, just having a conversation. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people love.
Gotta have fun.
If you don't have fun and it becomes overwhelming,
starts feel like a job
and frustrating and the stuff like that, then you're doing it wrong. If you chasing the bag, listen, a lot of people chasing money.
Yeah.
And the money aspect of this here will get you caught up every time.
I think the advantage Sean got is he about to retire in 7 years, so he gonna already have some bread. He already got his bread stacking right now, so he ain't got to stress as much. That's another reason I'm really comfortable, because there ain't no job for me.
Yeah,
I already got a pension, you know what I'm saying? So
but a lot of cats quit. A lot of cats quit their jobs, man, to do this YouTube stuff. That means that they have to get a certain amount of views. They have to push out multiple contents a day. They have to do this. You know why?
Yeah.
Because if they miss one day, that's views missing.
I'm not stopping no time soon, Johan. I'm just saying in general, over time. I mean,
over time,
I look like I'm, you know, pretty fit and young, which I am. But eventually, I'm about to start full time with my grandkids. They're getting older, man. So I'm trying to be, you know, I'm trying to kick it. You know, my wife get ready to retire again. So she said another 5 years, and she finished. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm making room. You know, what
I don't think YouTube is fit for people to just do this as a main source of income. And the reason why is because there's too much changes.
Yeah, if it drops, it drops, son. It's a wrap.
Listen, I watched Techno Buffalo 10 years ago, where he was and where he at now. Not saying that the man fell off, but it ain't like
bro, you know how much John sold that for, bro?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And he still make videos. You know what I mean?
And he make videos.
Yeah.
Now, and he talked about where he was back then, and he talked about how, you know, things have changed now, right? And that brings me to this point, is that you don't know what's going to happen 5 years from now.
Word. You know, it's gonna
you
be
don't
tomorrow.
know what's going to happen 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So if you quit your career job and you go to YouTube, you might be fantastic, but 5 years from now, when things go downhill, when your time is up, because I promise you, your time will be up, and if you don't make the change, it's like Blockbuster. Remember how Blockbuster used to be the number one source?
Yep.
Where they at now? Look at BlackBerry. They used to be the number one source. Where they at now?
Yep.
Look at LG. They used to be the number one source. Where they at now?
Yep.
So you look at YouTube as a diversity of a gig economy. It's a hustle. If you make money on YouTube, that's supposed to be your side hustle, baby.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be your
Not
main
everybody
income.
gets a pension or even has the opportunity to retire, because it looks like we're gonna outlive these youngsters, man. The way they knocking each other off. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
They knocking each other off the like.
We
anybody that's under
Jay
40,
Will, you gonna be president, bro. You know that? Because there ain't gonna be no youngsters around, bro.
What?
Oh, ain't gonna be Jay Will for president. You know, you gonna be 90 years old going off for president, bro.
They knocking. They don't put. Hey, bro, I get out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about 90. I'm be like Joe Biden up there talking about, I'm gonna give you in 2 words. Hello, how are you? He's saying like 10 words.
Right,
hey, bro.
Like, come on. Nah.
Yeah, listen, diversity is great. I'm gonna tell you. In order to make it on YouTube, you have to have multiple streams of income, whether or not it's going to be affiliate links, merch, YouTube AdSense, and everything else in between. Product reviews and all that stuff like that.
Facebook pays too. I didn't know that. Facebook
I haven't tapped into Facebook.
I was watching a guy last night that I watch on the car side, and he was like, I get paid on Facebook.
Make a lot of money on that.
I get paid on Instagram, and I get paid on TikTok, and I get paid on YouTube. I was like, dang, I ain't know all those places.
I'm not even tapped into YouTube. I'm not even tapped into TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. I'm not.
Stupid.
Yeah, I'm not on it.
Boy's crazy, man.
He's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, look, it has been a great opportunity, and you know what? At the end of the day, if you look at this platform, and you secure yourself as a foundation, your YouTube channel is your portfolio, is your foundation.
Yeah.
And if you look at it that way, then you be successful.
Yeah.
When you look at the views and subscribers, if you focus on that part, then you missing the point. The point of it is to listen. If you drop a video and you get one person watch that video, or if you get 20 people to watch that video, and people get use case scenario out that video, then you've done your job. That's success.
Word.
A lot of people look at, oh, you only got 5,000 views on it. I can't believe you're not successful. Listen, that means that's a clown.
Yeah.
Right? That's not success. Listen, your success is based off of when you drop videos for your community. And your community love that. That's all. That's what you've done. You've accomplished your mission. Right? Of course, we all want to be at the 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Of course, we want to be at 100,000.
Yeah.
Of course, we want 1 million views a month. Of course, we want that.
Yeah.
Listen, we all want those things, but don't give up your soul and your testicles for that dream. All right? Don't give up your soul and your testicles for that dream.
Look at this. Well, we got to get into testicles.
Is it time to cut the stream, Eric?
Hold on. No, because Jay Will, let's keep it 100.
100, Pastor.
We've seen people give up their testicles for fame.
Give it all up, bro. They give it all up just to be famous. Like basically, but what Barry said earlier, folks, if you didn't understand, he's the producer, not the actor. And I've always said, people, you get way more by being a producer. You can go out, you can go be famous. I'm gonna be the person in the background getting those royalties later on that you don't own.
That's right.
Yep. And so somebody had hit the comments and they say that one of the biggest issues that I have is that I don't keep these streams long enough. Well, we're past the top of the hour. And the reason why is because when you spit knowledge, it's very difficult to cut a stream when you're talking about realness.
Get Mike on here, man. I want to be a part of that stream when you get it. Get that big screen. Get Mike, man. We had some fun. Me and T and Eric used to run a stream down.
Bro. I remember those days.
Oh yeah,
he always be like, man, we gotta link up again, man.
Yeah.
And I don't never hear nothing about it no more. You know what I'm saying? We got to make that really, really happen. We ain't gotta do it all the time. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we really got to get Mike and T and all of us, all the people that was on the long time. We got to get them.
I mean, and T just did his, Christmas stream yesterday. I mean, Monday night and everything. He doing it big and everything. And
big time.
And look, I remember when
I had to catch the replay on 4 time.
I remember when we had all the ladies on here. And
Wine Wednesday.
Wine Wednesday, when we had it, but look at what's her name, right? What was
Emily.
Emily. When you look at Emily veered off, and what she doing right now is
got a podcast.
fantastic.
She got a
my
podcast.
God. She does everything.
We got a podcast.
And she doing it right, and she doing everything great. And you know what? That shout out to her, shout out to T, shout out to everybody.
Yeah,
really
their growth has been very impressive.
Very
Hey,
impressive.
Digital Slang, man. I ain't seen him up in here.
Oh, Digital Slang, man. I mean, you know,
Malik up in the
Slang in the
man.
thing.
Let me tell you something. Digital Slang, man. I mean, he been doing this thing too, man. And I've been watching this stuff, man. And man, shout out to him, man. Michael Pepper. I don't know if he's streaming tomorrow, but let's talk about who's streaming tomorrow, and let's get on out of here. Streaming tomorrow. I got my podcast tomorrow, and I got oh my God, I got Savage Scientist tomorrow, y'all.
So let's just say Pepper. Oh, I got a phone call.
I ain't even opened up the phone line tonight.
Pepper,
my wife's phone ringing.
Ike, then you,
yeah,
and then Juan and TK.
Then Friday. Now last week we had, but the pregame. Didn't Savage Scientist pregame last week?
Nope.
I don't think he did.
Who that was that came out early before you did?
It was
Friday?
Miji. Well, not
Miji.
But Miji used to do it.
Yeah, she used to do it.
She's not doing it right now.
Somebody did a pregame. I don't remember. Well, we got Holla at Your Boy Friday night.
Friday nights, that is right, 9 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. And then Saturday night we got
Saturday night. I'll be doing the members only Saturday.
Oh, you doing members only this Saturday?
This Saturday, yeah.
All right, so make sure you become a member. Listen,
sorry, bro.
And listen for everybody, for everybody that watched the stream last week, and I did curse everybody out, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wanted y'all to understand how passionate that I want y'all guys to follow the people that I follow. So I last week, and I got a couple of emails about this because they said that I was I said F them as if you don't subscribe and become GG member, F you. I didn't want.
Wow.
I didn't.
A little hostile.
I'm sorry that I say that for the people that hit me up. My apologies. I'm just passionate to me that. I want y'all guys to understand and follow the people that I follow. That's all. And I know I said that last week before we got off.
Everybody out. Wow.
I just don't want people to get this feelings. I did. I say F everybody that don't follow GG.
Wow.
And
that I already follow.
And
yeah, me too.
Right.
I would have got
I'm not gonna do that this week. I'm not gonna do that this week for Holla at Your Boy because I don't want people to get mad at me. So
right.
But follow Holla at Your Boy for members only.
Yes.
Make sure you pay.
Yes.
Listen, the reason why I say that, I'm gonna tell you why I say that because it pisses me off that people will spend.
You just got to understand you weren't gonna cuss somebody.
I know, but they upset. People upsets me when they pay so much money for other content creators, merch and everything.
I understand that. Yeah,
and for $2, bro, to become a member on my channel or Holla at Your Boy channel, $2. That's my problem.
You can't even get a crappy cup of coffee from the Quick Trip for $2.
And that's the thing, for $2. That's why I get offensive and upset about it because people willing to spend $1,000 or $100 on what other content creators recommend them buy. But when we talk about $2 for some realness, you got to listen. I just feel some kind of way about that. And that's why I went off. So holla at your boy this Saturday night. Make sure you become a member. It's only $2 a month.
Only $2.
I mean, listen, it's all good, player. $2 a month. That's 30 days in a year. You can't. Let me tell you something. YouTube. A lot of people believe YouTube is free. YouTube is not free. You pay for internet service and stuff like that. So come on now, $2 a month. That's all.
Good point, Savage. Savage had a good one. That's a good one. That's one we can go out on.
Yes. And Sunday, what we got going on Sunday?
Hefe, El Hefe.
In the building.
El Hefe go do Sunday, go close out Sunday, and then thank you TK for becoming a member. And then Monday we have
Juan at noon,
and
Lulu and T at night.
And T at night. All right,
I'm
so
gonna start streaming again, man. I'm gonna start doing it. I got to do it daytime. Though. I got so much stuff going on in the evening time. I used to stream at 2 p.m. I think it was.
and then Tuesdays you got GG stream on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Wednesday we right back here.
Right back.
Right back here.
So
And then
there
go buy
it is.
these. Buy these.
Oh, what is that? That's the Sony's?
Buy these ASAP. You will love these.
Oh,
Ooh-wee.
XM5. XM5.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Buy these.
But look at that bokeh though.
Yeah, man. Watch.
You like that? He did. Yeah, he snuck that. He snuck that in on
looking
you.
at the bokeh. I don't care about the headphones. I'm looking at the bokeh. The bokeh. The
Lovely.
bokeh.
They sound so good.
Yes.
I gotta go too now. My wife is here now.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Thank y'all guys very much. We go get on out of here. I really appreciate everybody that come through, and we out of here. Thank y'all. Peace.
Members of the congregation.
I hit the wrong button.